Yo,
Good,
what's up? What's up?
yo, good evening, CIE viewers. We are in for an exciting series of Overwatch 2 matches within the intercollegiate scene. We are your casters for today. My name is Ungud.
My name is Ryan. We are in for a roller coaster today. First, we have Calgary versus Western. What an interesting
Exciting
game.
team. Two very strong teams, lots of practice, lots of experience within the two. So, hopefully looking for a nail biter of a
A lot of
series.
work was put in. A lot of work was put in for this event. I got to thank everyone putting this together. I hope we get a
Of
good game by
course.
these two teams. These two teams seem really good. You know, we're starting in a bit. We gotta keep it going.
Yeah. In the meantime, Ryan, what
Yes,
are
sir.
your current thoughts on Freya? You know, new character hitting the scene, lots of
Freya, really
mechanical
interesting.
abilities.
Very interesting. I don't like the way she flies. Quite an interesting character. Don't like the way she flies. I don't like the way she does so much damage. I think
Yeah,
they
for
should probably nerf her a little bit, to be honest, if I'm being honest.
me
What do you
recently,
think?
she has been terrorizing my games.
Oh,
She is
I can
such a
see that.
strong mechanical character. You know, all the aimers and players who rely on their raw skill are really taking advantage of her kit, right? It's all movement abilities and straight aim, right?
Yeah, I agree. What do you think of 6v6?
Ooh, 6v6. It's really making, it's bringing the nostalgia back, you know?
I agree.
It
I
really
agree.
makes me wanna get my close friends and, have those fun late night sessions, but the solo queue experience, I'm not missing that. Not
I
missing that at
I
all.
agree with that. 100% I agree with that. 100%.
You know, the games where you have three DPS, four DPS, one tank, really makes you grateful of the roll queue system.
Yep, so today we are playing with University of Calgary and Western Wyverns. So, you Calgary, starting on DPS, is Fee, LQD, Just This, Foraic, and Sir Sanic. What a team. I'm just gonna say it, what a team. These players are
Strong
all
lineup.
fantastic. Very strong lineup. I hope I see a really good team comp from this team. They look good. The characters on the screen look good. Everything looks good. All right, Western Wyverns. Let's see what they have. Excited.
Western
Seems like
Wyverns.
we have
Wow. What a
Jester.
DPS lineup,
What a
right?
DPS lineup, huh? Jester
We
and
got,
Jerry. The J's
yep.
on Torbjorn. We have Eric. We have Dr. Tony and Sheba. Interesting.
What
The
a
team comp
interesting
is
selection for
quite
their
interesting.
DPS, right?
Seems like we're gonna have two Torbjorns. Huh.
And
I wonder what that means.
I would love to see that. Maybe it's like
I really would. I
maybe it's
really
like
would.
a warning sign. Maybe it's
I
to
really would.
scare the
I'm
competition.
scared right now. I'm scared right now.
I would be scared too.
I would be scared. Alright, so let's see what's up next. I think we have Busan on map number one. We do have
Ooh,
Busan on map number one.
Busan is a
So,
very interesting map. Our first map. With the sub maps within each map is played very differently. Especially with the potential team comps like with downtown. I know downtown can become very brawl or dive heavy with those high
hmm
grounds. You can also see a lot of poke comps because of the high grounds.
hmm some of the maps are Sniper's Paradise. Like Widowmakers and Sojourns will duel across the map. I'm excited to see that. I'm very excited.
Very excited. It really comes down to a lot of these maps, a difference of straight mechanical skill between two players, and you love to see those showdowns.
Love that. Love that.
Now I think we can move on to hero bands.
Let's see.
Let's
I
see.
believe Calgary's banning first. Calgary banned Torbjorn.
Ooh, interesting band.
Interesting.
Western picks the Brig band. Very telling of dive compositions, as Brig is
hmm
very strong into those. You know, leaving only
Interesting.
one
Interesting.
main support left.
The Torbjorn is a very interesting band, though. Maybe they watched the stream and checked it out. Who knows?
I mean, if you've seen the builder, the builder meta that recently came, it was Torbjorn Symmetra. Even
Torbjorn
like
Symmetra. Yep.
yeah, even the Koreans were playing it. It was really taking over the scene.
Yeah, I agree. dominating every game.
Let's see what the next set is.
And let's see what happens in game number 1. Let's go.
Calgary versus Western.
I wonder what the comps are looking like.
Really makes you wonder what the team planning is going in, you know? I know both teams have to be nervous. First game of the day being streamed. Whatever he just typed in chat.
Uh-huh.
Maybe
Must be a prayer.
everyone but
Must be a
Foray
prayer.
can noise. Must be. Starting off on the mecha base. Very strong hovers. Looks like Calgary is looking to run a rush sort of comp with a Reinhardt, Lucio, May, try and walk down their enemy front line. And then Western, wow, going for the dive. Looks like they stuck, you know, with their ban pick. Banning the Brigida
this map-
was exactly what they needed.
This map is exactly where Reinhardt thrives. Tight corners and close quarter chaos. Let's see what happens
Both
here.
teams walking out of spawn.
So it seems like we got a May, Cass, Ryan, Bap, and Lucio comp on Team Calgary.
Versus a Malga Brawl comp with Western.
Interesting.
Both teams just looking at some quick poke damage. Venture already using the burrow. Reinhardt peeling for
A
his
lot of
back
poke
line.
going in. Venture at 1 HP.
Ooh, not able
Genji
to find the
Genji
pick.
taking down first kill by Reinhardt. Just this. Getting the first kill.
Rushing in on the back line. Venture forced to burrow underground. Moira trying to hold off as long as she can.
This man has so much aura. They cannot fight this man.
Calgary takes the first cap. Oh, Reinhardt and May.
The wall.
holding
What a
line.
wall.
Walled off.
Beautiful plays here from you, Calgary. LQD taking down Malga.
That is a big pick. Oh, and the trades are coming in. Can LQD hold off the Genji?
Ooh.
1 HP.
Genji
It traded
kills.
out by 5.
You Calgary still wins the fight though. Still wins the fight.
And they're able to hold off, even losing their tank.
You Calgary said before this game, they want to prove something.
And they're
Seems
proving
like
it.
it seems like they are proving it.
Western switches the Malga to Winston, going back to that initial dive. 2 ults online for you, Calgary. Forcing out the window.
Winston, 1 HP. Dead again.
Ramp forced out.
Nothing is going right.
Looks like
It seems like you Calgary just has too much momentum.
Yeah, and it really looks like he needs the support. Earthshatter coming out. You
And Western
Calgary
doesn't stand a
left with
chance.
2 ultimates online, close to the sound barrier. Western with their nano boost, and close to 3 other ult.
Winston just feeding. Seems like that guy's lost.
So some downtime while both teams look to poke. Western with a very clear ult advantage. Will they be able to take it? Looks like both teams resetting. Nanoblade
Dragon
coming
Blade.
out.
And it seems like
picks,
Western
3
may
picks.
win one fight.
Calgary falling. With a nice cleanup from Jester.
What a beautiful fight from Western. What a turnaround.
3 ultimates
see they did not get
4-0
tilted.
though. 3 ultimates 4-0 is not something you'd want to see though.
Definitely not ideal. But to win the fight, it might just be worth it.
Hopefully they can stall with the Venture ultimate here. Against the sound barrier and high noon.
In this tight corner here. They don't want to play too close to this Reinhardt.
Especially with the speed boost. Oh, coming up with the sound barrier.
With this High noon.
And the high noon is able to find
Everyone
any.
won. Everyone won
Finds
HP.
2. Jester falls.
What a fight. What a fight from you, Calgary.
Wow.
Wow.
What a dominating first point.
Weston could not. They couldn't even use their ult. What a fight. Just too
Calgary with
quick.
a great cleanup. You know that's what you really like to see, you know, with these types of team comps. They use their
100%.
ultimates so perfectly, the sound barrier with the speed, noon, and then able to clean up those kills so quickly. Like they don't leave any stragglers. They don't let the point gather more percentage than it needs to. Just very, very clean from you, Calgary here. Hopefully Western can evaluate what happened last point and fix their mistakes.
See if they
Looks
change
like
any comps
no
here.
swaps on Western side.
Calgary
However,
does switch
Calgary
Reinhardt to Hazard
and Sojourn for
for their
the May.
May. And they're on Widowmaker now.
Looks like
Double
we're
hit
seeing
scan.
exactly what you call the really sniper heavy map.
Exactly.
Two really long range poke characters into dive comp. This is looking very good for Western here.
You can tell Calgary's locked in. You can tell they're dialed.
You can just see it with the confidence.
100%.
But this is exactly what you like to see. Genji Winston diving the Widow. Hazard peeling. Lucio falls, but trades out the Kiriko. Calgary, captain
Pick.
point.
LQD.
Great pick. Genji's on him. Winston is low. So is a
Dr.
Sojourn.
Tony takes 2.
Dr. Tony says fine. If he has to do it himself, he will. On the Hazard, throws the ball at the Widow.
They have to get this Moira. They have to get this Moira. That's exactly what they do. Hazard, last one on the point. After Lucio.
Lucio stalling.
And Western takes the point.
Still a very respectable 24% for Calgary.
Very respectable.
Dr. Tony with those great first picks, you know. That's what you like to see from your backline. Not just healing, not just, you know, keeping the front line alive, but also pressuring whenever they can.
Yep, you can tell that fight was won in the comms. Perfect callouts, no hesitation, perfect execution.
Exactly.
Let's see how this fight goes. And Dr. Tony takes out Lucio
again
with an orb.
Vincent, low HP.
HP.
Resetting.
Vincent jumping in.
Just holding the front line.
Yep,
Nothing too crazy. Bubble is forced out, unfortunately. Dr. Tony
Tracer
dueling the
trying to
Tracer, the
play
confidence
with
on this.
Moira.
You can tell Dr. Tony is not scared right now.
100%. He is not scared at all.
Big ult exchange
Ult
coming
coming out from both supports on Western. And
Both
traded
Kitsunes.
both Kiri's dead. Lucio picks off.
Calgary with 2 huge pick, no support
Huge pick.
on either team. It is up to the tank then
A duel.
DPS.
Complete
Overclock,
damage
gets
duel
2
and Fee
picks.
kills 2.
Primal coming out.
Primal coming out.
1v1
It's a 1v1.
situation.
1v1.
2v1. Dr. Tony has
2v1.
returned.
2v1 back.
And LQD hold this. No, this is not looking good for him.
What a fight from Western again.
Wow.
They turned it around for sure. I think Calgary just needs to reset.
Yeah, it looks like
Losing
the
2 fights in a row is
overconfidence may
not
have got to
optimal.
them. Yep, especially with the amount of ults they committed. Oh,
He
Fly getting
already
caught
dead.
out. Looks like he was not able to rotate to his team. This is the
Western are
fight for
just
the
playing
point.
with them right now.
Sound barrier coming
Overtime.
out.
Last fight. It is overtime for Western. Seems like Western are just winning the duels. Hazard, last one. Last one on the point. Seems
Can
like a
you
lost
hold it?
cause though. Doesn't seem like
Oh, Tracer with
they
the
can hold
touch.
this.
There's not a lot of Soul Tracer can do. And Western
I-
takes the point. What a great comeback. You know,
I think
at
Calgary just
first
needs to
you-
reset here.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. At first point, you really think this map is just going to be a roll, but wow. Western really takes it back, you know?
Wow.
I
What
think
a
they were...
round.
I think that first point is just a lot stronger for a brawl comp. And, you know, seeing that Western is rolling with the dive comp and then switching in a poke is not always ideal, you know? It's very hard for the Hazard to peel for that backline, you know? Switching off the Widow, Tracer, and Sojourn. Very strong comp against a Genji Venture.
NG Venture. Keeping the Winston. I wouldn't swap it. The Winston was putting in work.
No, he really showed up after first point. He was dying a lot. He was finding himself out of position, but now he's really showing his team what he's worth.
See here, Winston jumping in early.
Winston low, bubble forced out. LQD poking on the side,
Hazard 1 HP.
dueling the
See if they
Venture.
It seems like you Calgary's entire plan was just to kite towards the point here.
That's fine. They know their backline is the target here. And the dive commences. All three front line on their tanks.
QD takes out
Monkey
Dr.
is low.
Tony.
Tony
One
and
for
Phi
one.
traded. You never want to see a support traded though.
Never, never.
Wow, Calgary, is
Calgary,
able
what
to
a clean
clean
fight.
up.
What a clean
Wow.
fight from Calgary.
With
This
the
is what we
hazards
expected
picking
from
up
this
two.
team. This is exactly what we expected.
Downtown, just such a dominant dive map. You know, Sanctuary is just really hard for teams to play dive into. There's just too much open space, too many sight lines for a poke or a brawl comp to find value.
Bit of downtime here. Let's see who makes the first move. Western making the first
Both
move.
bank on both teams looking low, with Calgary having the slight advantage. Calgary 2 ultimates online. Can they make use of them? Dr. Tony getting picked off early. Not what you like to see. Sheba next. Western is left with no supports. Time for Calgary to clean up. Jester falls.
What a fight. Green fight. 5 for 0, I believe, or 4 for 0.
Oh, 0
picking them
ultimates
off.
for 0 ultimates. Very clean. Winning the
Very,
neutral
very clean.
game. You know, that's never what you want to happen. You always want ultimates forced out during the neutral. You never want to lose a fight for nothing. Western finally coming up on their own ultimates. With Calgary having 4 ultimates online. Let's see how they'll use them. Western coming up on Primal, Blade.
All coming out from
more ult
Hazard.
coming out. Dr. Tony struggling to find a target. Should he heal? Should he DPS? Tracer winning the duel.
New Calgary just cleaning up the fight.
Dragon
More
Blade and
ults.
Kitsune both out. Ooh. Not able to find anything
2-0.
with the Dragon Blade.
Wow.
It looks like that will be the map. Justice making
What
it
a
rain
map
on
from
them.
New Calgary.
Ooh, can the Primal stall? Not over yet. Vincent stalling on top of
Definitely not
point.
over
Bubble.
yet.
Getting his HP
LQD
picked
just
off.
killing everyone on the low ground.
Dude just waiting for a miracle.
And it looks like the miracle's not happening today.
Unfortunately not.
Wow, what a map by you Calgary.
Calgary
The second
is
point.
able to win the point with 2 ultimates still in the bank. Wow.
Wow. You know, after second point, I thought it was going to be a lot closer, but you Calgary just takes it.
It really makes you wonder, you know, like these players look so mechanically close. Is it just the composition difference, the coordination, the comms?
Ooh, wow. What a play.
LQD, we watched this on our own. LQD able to pick up 3 with the speed, or 2 with the speed noon, then clean up the Genji. What a play of the game, you know. That's what you want to see from your DPS lineup. Using their
Yep.
mechanical skill just to pick up those great early frags at the start of the fight, and also be able to clean up the stragglers. Exactly what you need. What do you think about running the switching off the cast when you know they're running the dive? Especially
I
when we saw
mean-
how well it worked.
Well, I mean, second round, you know, they didn't do too well. They didn't do too well. I think they should have stayed on what worked, but they can do what they want to do. You know, they obviously changed and fixed it in round number 3, because round number 3 a momentum swing. So I like what I was seeing. Map 1, it's always a warm up, a little bit of warm up. You know, they gotta start off strong. You know, we saw Calgary start off strong. Western, they start off a little bit slower, but hopefully map 2, they can step it up a little bit and win.
Yeah, Western definitely needs a quick mental reset. You know, we saw glimpse of brilliance during the second point there, being able to almost full hold Calgary with ultimates in their bank as well. Really good team play. You know, it makes you wonder, like, is the dive comp their strongest suit? You know, maybe if they swapped off of it, could they have gotten more value on the first and third map?
Maybe.
Really makes you wonder.
Maybe.
You know, great plays from both teams. We saw a lot of the TPS duels. Dr. Tony, I'd like to point out especially, you know, being able to find all those picks on the Moira, you know, makes you wonder,
Very impressive.
do you run the Moira over the Lucio there with the Brig Band? You know, maybe Calgary should have mirrored.
Maybe.
Great.
You know,
Looks
seeing
like both.
a poke heavy comp on map number 2, that's a little interesting. It didn't work out for Calgary, but maybe maybe on map number 2 we can see something different.
Yeah, Widow into a full dive comp is never ideal, you know, because you're never gonna be able to get a shot off on the Venture, the Genji, the Winston's gonna be on you constantly. You're really your own only real targets there seem to be the backline, you know, and Kiriko's are always very slippery targets, especially with their new perks allowing multiple teleports, and then you know, a good Moira will always be avoiding your line of sight. Now, looks like we are heading on to our next map, Gibraltar. Wow, another really
Gibraltar,
great
wow.
dive map, right?
Very vertical map too.
Of course, makes you expect another dive comp coming out from Western, right?
And maybe like a Winston, a Diva, maybe even a Sigma that can contest snipers.
But first, it looks like we are going to have to see the character bans.
Let's see,
I
let's
I
see.
really wonder if they're gonna stick with what they originally planned. You know, another Brig ban, perhaps, maybe another Torbjorn ban. Let's wait and see.
Let's see. Another Torbjorn. Let's see, I believe these bans from last game.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see what Calgary bans. I believe Western bans first though. Western
I'm
bans
really.
Widowmaker, Sniper. Yep, yep.
Ooh. Wow,
Sniper out of the map.
they were able to so dominantly shut down the Widowmaker too. It really makes you wonder, you know, were they really that intimidated by the was it LQD on the Widowmaker?
I believe so.
Really,
Yeah.
really scared by the LQD performance. You know, it looks like he was playing Cass, Widowmaker. Seems to be he is their dedicated hit scan player. You know.
Mm-hmm. Let's see what Calgary bans here. I wonder what they were thinking last game. Who are they gonna ban this game? They banned at Torbjorn last game, so they can't ban it this game.
No, they can, but it won't be available for the next match. Or they can't. It'll be safe, protected for the next.
Interesting.
What do you think the key problems Calgary was facing against Western's team? I think the
Key
Winston
problem was the dive.
Yeah, but that wasn't directly from the Winston, right? I feel like they actually won a lot of team fights because of the overcommitment on the dives, right?
I would say so, yeah, I would say so. I think the main issue on map number 2 was just their hero picks at first. They couldn't really fight at all. Soj, Widow into who are they playing? Moira,
Genji, Venture, Moira, Winston.
Genji, Venture. You just can't win against that.
If I had to make a prediction, I would either think the Kiriko or the Genji. You know, two very strong dive characters. Without them, you know, dive comps very much fall apart.
Without them,
But we
Winston's
will
easily
see.
killable. Just focus
We will
Winston.
see. Especially no Brig ban this time. Maybe it makes you wonder if they're trying to mirror a poke comp and finally switching off the dive, right? Especially getting rid of the Widowmaker, so you know it's less. You know, it's still mechanically demanding, but getting rid of that one-shot potential. Looks like
Especially on
Calgary's
Gibraltar.
taking their time with this
What a
one.
good sniper map.
Very good vertical map.
And Calgary bans Winston here. I guess they were scared of a do last game. You know, Winston is probably one of the best characters on the map on this map. Anyone that can contest the snipers on the verticality, very strong. If you can't deal with the high ground on this map, you're gonna have a rough time for sure.
Of course, you know, and being able to drop down to that cart underneath and get it going through, and then also being able to contest the multiple high grounds. This is just a great ban. Makes you wonder what they're going to be running in substitution, you know? Will it be the Diva? Will it be the Doomfist, the Hazard, the Wrecking Ball? I'm really excited to find out.
Very excited. You know, the first choke with this map, the first choke is very hard to take. You know, a really good defense can hold the payload at the last point for minutes if they're talking, communicated, and not hesitating. So let's watch out for early aggression from the attacking team.
Be very hard to break through, especially getting rid of that, you know, one-shot potential with the Widowmaker. Let's see how they substitute for it.
And for Egg, once again, another prayer. It seems like that prayer worked, because they won map 1, so don't know.
Ready for battle.
Oh, Calgary with the Freya hover. This is exactly what we were talking about earlier, Ryan. I'm really excited to see, you know, that's their mechanical player, their hit scan player, LQD, on the Freya. I'm really excited to see how he performs, you know.
I agree. And looking at Western, we have the Genji again, and a Diva. I guess they're just substituting Winston for Diva. That works. That works. And Dr. Tony is on Mercy here. That is
Both
interesting.
teams mirroring the Echo, but it looks like one Echo is going to be receiving a Mercy, while the other team is deciding to fortify with a Brigitte. Ooh, teleport play coming in. He swaps back off, back to the Echo.
And the
Leaving
Orisa.
Freya on the payload. Ooh, Orisa pick on this map. Very interesting.
Very
With
interesting.
the teleporter, he's able to contest the high ground.
Exactly
If he
what we
ever
were
drops,
saying.
though, it will be very hard for him to get back up. Payload not moving currently. Orisa
Orisa
drops. Freya looking to off angle on the left side. Taking quite a bit of poke damage. A payload is just moving uncontested. No one down there to challenge the
No one
Orisa.
looking.
Diva looking for a dive. Gets pushed away by the Brigitte. Damage boosted Echo being able to do a lot of damage. Western almost has their nano boost online.
Finally contesting the
They
card.
could- Finally. But they had to all give up the high ground. This is exactly what we talked about with the Diva and the flying characters. They're so easily able to get right back up there, while the Orisa has to commit a large amount of time to reach that high ground. Ooh, Orisa drops on the front line completely alone, it seems.
Diva and Ana both one shot. Nano coming out. Diva slept.
Mercy trying
Diva
to
chasing
sustain
the
her
Orisa
whole
right
team.
now. Orisa,
Orisa
1
looking very
HP,
low.
1 HP.
Same with the
Can
Diva.
they kill?
Echo as well. This is a real nail biter. Jester falling. Same with the Orisa.
Copy coming through. Copied Ana.
Oh, big anti.
Big anti.
Full support antied. Fi almost able to pull out the copy nano boost, but is there anyone for him to give it to? Copy is
ends.
over. Dragon
Copying
Blade.
Dragon Blade.
Solo Dragon Blade.
That
Makes
is
you wonder
toxic.
if that is some disrespect. Oh, able to find another.
What a play by Brandon Asor.
Looks like they have a sub in. Can't recall whose spot he took.
Personality duplication complete.
Wow,
I'm
what a fight.
unsure. Completely unsure, but
They swap LQD, swapping the Freya for
Tracer.
Tracer.
interesting. Seems like he didn't like the mechanical character. Switch to Tracer. Big popping O here. Let's see what we can do with this. Looking like me on
Tracer able
Orisa.
to find one.
What a kill. That's a perfect kill. On the Mercy, down 1 support now. You Calgary should win this.
Just Baby Diva left alone on cart.
You Calgary takes
Oh, they
point
don't
number
look for
1.
a stagger. They don't look for a stagger there.
Wow. What a clean first point. What a clean first point.
Yeah, from both teams as well. Western was able to hold for 1 or 2 team fights, but eventually was overcome due to the ultimate usage.
I love to see that. Close games. I love to see it.
Ooh, Jester dropping
Echo
a 60
being poked to
HP.
1 HP and killed
Ooh.
by an anti-nade.
Dude,
And
that's
Rez
what you
coming
love
through.
to see the Mercy. Resurrection able to bring this team fight back. Mercy ult
We
also
have
coming
copy,
out.
we have copy
Nano
here.
boost coming out. Anna
What
bursted
a
out.
kill! Seems like he cannot hit the Mercy. Mercy's very hard to hit, I'll be honest.
Very hard.
The
I don't
Diva bomb
hit
coming
those.
in.
Oh,
And can't
whiffs.
kill, can't finish the kill. The cart is still pushing, though. The cart is still pushing. They're all fighting in the room.
A great pick.
And
C9!
Charlie Niner.
Charlie 9!
That was just a miscommunication. I'll be honest. Just a miscommunication. They have to be talking.
Very unfortunate. Western is falling over. Again, it looks like the momentum is really getting to them.
Yeah,
Diva
they're
is
just
just
in their heads right
staggering
now.
in the back line as well. You know, there's no reason for her to be staying alive. Oh, and they're
Whoa.
staggering her. She needs to get to the cart to stall it. So
This
they're
guy
forced
seems
to kill
lost
it.
right now. To be honest, this guy seems lost right now. Oh God, I'm just gonna say it. This guy seems lost.
Sorry. Lost? Well,
Yeah.
to help you focus on what's important, BMO has checking and saving account, credit cards, and borrowing options designed for students. Plus, get $125 cash and 6 months of Domino's Pizza with BMO's current student offers.
A little bit of downtime here.
Those
Copy
teams
goes through
playing
from
the poke.
Jester. Copy ends already. Didn't get
Ooh,
much use out of
Calgary
that.
with the perk advantage. Did you see that? Both teams having
on
the
a copy.
Orisa.
Both copies done. Both copies have no didn't have any.
Parasurge.
What an ult.
Able to find another kill.
And it seems like only Genji's remaining. Genji going to spawn, hiding. Smart play, good play. And you Calgary just
Playing
seems
for the
like
touch.
what a dominant
Nanoblade
first
coming
round.
out. Able to touch point. Only one target though, the Orisa. Wow, and Nano Boost able to keep him sustained. Echo flying,
Wow.
Skybox able to avoid the Genji.
Genji,
Ooh,
one tapped.
very,
by that
very
girl.
good pick found. Orisa just holding down the
Just
fort.
holding.
Orisa is such a difficult target to kill. Especially
though.
when you have a
Oh, so
support
hard to
line
kill
like
here.
his.
He can hold this point for maybe the entire time. Oh, just camping the point, not getting off. He's like a rock. He's like a rock right now. This guy's not moving. And you Calgary takes
Oh.
round one, full capping with a minute 36 remaining. What a round.
What a great round, right? You love to see Calgary being able to find the correct substitutions and do what is needed to pull up the round. You know, swapping out the Freya, seeing that's not working for the Tracer. You know, it's substitutions like that that really make the difference in these types of games. You know, Western only swapping at the very end to mirror the Orisa. And I don't know if you noticed, but when the Orisa duel came out, Calgary had the perk advantage from running the Orisa from the start. The shield, the minor perk, it just makes such a difference in those fights, you know?
The game changer.
Denying any ultimate charge, denying poke damage. It really is a game changer.
You know, historically, Gibraltar's been very sniper favored. We saw them ban Widowmaker, but with the recent shifts in the meta, we've seen Brawl make a comeback, and we see here with the Orisa pick and the Brigitte pick.
Brawl on Gibraltar? Yeah, Brawl on Gibraltar.
They love brawling on this map. Now it's all about tempo, you know?
Well, it looks like Western is going to keep up the Mercy pick. That really surprises me, you know? You very rarely see Mercy in high-level play.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like
Makes me
Jester
think if-
living up to the name with the portrait. The Torbjorn coming out.
Wow.
You know, they
to
were
see
so
it.
scared they had to target ban it, you know? That should tell you something.
I've heard of this guy actually.
Yeah.
Famous for his Torbjorn.
Famous. Worldwide. Greens are scared of him
Worldwide.
too.
Well known. Hazard
Ooh, the
taking high
Hazard
ground.
pick.
Pushed off high ground. Wow,
See,
just
it's the
bullied
picks
off that.
like this.
Wow.
Very hard, you know, the Orisa pick. Ooh,
And
LQD.
LQD bombs the Genji. Brandosaur.
Makes you wonder, was that the right substitution to make?
Was he subbed?
Yeah.
Okay. Jester taking out to 1
Ooh.
HP. Just this.
Good shot
Takes his
from
head off.
Justice.
Takes his head off completely. And missing the spear off the Mercy. A pocketed hazard is a very scary sight to see.
LQD found alone and taken out through the position. Yeah, the Mercy damagers just really has such a strong effect. Ooh, almost isolating the Brigida.
And let's see who makes the first move here. Seems like Hazard is going in.
This is the
Nothing's coming out of
backline
that.
pick difference, right? You know, Hazard is just not able to get value against a Brig and a backline. There's just so much sustain with the packs, the shield, the bash. It's just so hard to punch through. It really makes you understand why they came out with the Brigida ban on the first map.
I can see why now.
Orisa caught off behind.
Orisa going for the
First
hero
hero coming
play.
out. Brig ult online. Hazard 1 HP.
And Hazard at 1 HP instantly
Instant
res.
res.
Oh!
Sacrifice
Dr. Tony
for
down.
it. Terror Surge cleans up the Genji.
What a fight from you, Calgary, though. What a fight.
Wow. Calgary able to hold it out with minimal
Very
ult
clean
usage
fight
as well.
with two ults,
Two
yeah.
ultimates for 1.
Not bad at all. They still have ult advantage, 3-1, but Western will be getting their ult soon, very, very soon.
You know, those early picks on the Genji really hurt, especially when it comes down to these ult bank types of fights. Again,
Echo
kicked
picks
out.
off.
And
And
Echo forces an
copies.
ultimate. Will he get value with it?
looks like he can't get any value from this right now. And
That's just
No
what you
value.
want to see on Western side. You want to see the ultimates come out. You want your ultimates to be online. And in
see
the
now
ideal
Western has ult
position.
advantage. And Bob kills Hazard. Torbjorn down as well. And it seems like
Now
Western is
Western-
falling apart. They're falling apart.
4 ultimates in the bank, deciding not to commit any for some reason. Calgary 1 ultimate online. Surely Western takes this point now.
Surely. 4-1. Almost about to be 5. They're about to have 5 ults here.
Nano Blade Dragon boosted.
We're expecting an
damage
easy
boosted.
win
Coming out.
from Western.
No Nano on the Blade. Nano on the Blade now. On the back line.
And he
Unable
does not seem to be getting
find
any kills.
anyone.
What an unfortunate Nano Blade. And Mercy shooting.
Jester, fortunately, able to find a pick. Backline is forced to retreat. Frontline has been taken out.
Bang, bang.
And they finally switched the Orisa and mirror the Hazard.
Great
Wow.
touches, but it's a lost
After
cause.
Just this is performance on the Orisa. It's really surprising to see. You know, I really thought the Orisa was the changing or determining factor in a lot of these fights. You know, especially now that they're on the less high ground heavy point. You know, as you go through points of Gibraltar, first point extremely valuable high ground. Second point,
Very.
you know, less and less as you have less viewpoints on the card, and then third point, you know, almost non-existent.
And I don't know what happened
Ooh,
there.
Echo on the Ana, taking the duel. Copy
Copy coming
out.
through.
Sleep Torbjorn.
Sleeping Torbjorn at 1 HP.
Traded
Cannot
out.
finish the kill.
Wow,
And just this takes the kill off Genji.
maybe they really should have banned Jester Torbjorn.
He is kind of freaky on this character. Big pop cell here.
Ooh, Torbjorn isolated by the hazard wall. What a wall.
What? Wall.
Bob also
Bob coming
forced
through.
out. LQD
3
using
ults from-
every ult
from
they have
Calgary
in their
here.
bank.
Calgary pops 3 ults to 1 from Western. And it seems like they only get 1 kill from that.
Western is really on the back foot this game. You know, this is not what, you know, if you're Western coaches, this is not what you want to see. You know, you want Western taking the advantage, first engage every fight. And we're just not seeing that. Again, the defending team choosing to attack first. What a sleep!
And Mercy gets picked off! Even after all the hard work.
Their whole team is just isolated. Backline getting dove, frontline getting picked off. Everything
Western
is
is falling
collapsing
apart
here.
right now.
2 ultimates online. Will they be able to find an opening though?
So, on God, who's your MVP right now? Who do you think is the MVP of this
Right
series so
now?
far?
I don't think I have a series MVP. I have a map MVP. I have a
Who's your
map
map
MVP.
MVP?
Map 1, Dr. Tony, you know, doing
Yep.
everything he can with the Moira, finding the picks, keeping his team alive. Great
I would say
statistics.
him or LQD. I think LQD played a very good map one.
Really, I would also have to agree with you with the LQD pick, as well as just this on the Orisa. You know, he proved us wrong. You know, even the tanks without the mobility can really have that value. Like he's able to
Justice
stay
getting
alive
low
when it
over here.
matters.
Justice
Ooh,
getting
Nanoblade
low.
coming out, finds one, two,
Finds
three.
3 collateral. What a
Finally,
play.
2 ultimates for a
Wow.
great kill. Let's get a replay on that.
Let's see. Bang. That's 1. He spots 2. Bang. Bang. Slash. Dash. Kill.
2
Wow.
clean.
What a play.
Back to our live view. Hazard, Genji, Mercy looking the off angle here. Interesting angle for 3 people to take, you know.
Overwatch tosses his turret like a basketball. Hazard scared, running away.
Justice overstepping.
I'd be scared too,
Almost gets
versus this.
poken out
These
for it.
players, of course.
Ooh,
Pushing
Hazard
Brig up high ground. Brig 1 HP in the low
Brig
ground.
isolated and low. LQD on the Ash pick.
Hazard getting picked off.
Ooh,
That was
that
not
is
the play.
what you want to see.
That was not the play.
If you were on Western.
Wow.
Wow,
Bit of
ult
dead
bank
time
on
here.
Western. Not looking ideal compared to Calgary. Calgary coming up on 4 ultimates, 3 online currently. Western with only 2. And having
And
one
Western using
both.
Mercy's ult.
2 ultimates for 1, 2 for 2, 2 for 3.
Seems like you Calgary using all their ults right now.
LQD almost sniping Dr. Tony out of the sky, but the movement is just too much. Dr. Tony hit
Wow.
by the Hazard ultimate.
That seems to be
Wow.
That seems to be game. What a good
What a
defensive
map.
play. Wow. Great map from both teams.
Calgary just always keeping Western on the back foot. Looks like Calgary has won the series with a dominating performance. Western always forced back, scared almost, you could say. You know, both backline and frontline not coordinating correctly and left alone. This is just like a ideal scenario, you know, if you are a Western coach here, or sorry,
Up.
it was Calgary coach here.
Maybe we can get an interview with one of the players. Unless there's no time, of course.
I think unfortunately we are going to have to go right to the next match, but we
Next
can
map?
debrief a little, you know. I'm really curious what went wrong with the Freya there, right? You know, Freya has the very quick burst damage, especially when they don't have the shields for the backline, you know, Mercy and Anna. Very fragile, weak backline, and Freya has the movement mobility. You know, I wish we could have seen more of his POV and seen what went wrong exactly.
I do wonder what went wrong. You know, vertical map like that, I feel like Freya should be dominating, but you know,
Especially into
what goes wrong goes wrong.
especially into like what Echo Genji, or if I'm not mistaken, Echo Genji was their starting, or was it Torb Echo?
I believe it was Echo Genji.
Either way, Freya should be almost uncontested, right? Freya or
Yeah.
Echo dueling a Freya is very scary. Maybe the Genji, but you know, if Freya plays correctly, keeps her range, keeps her distance, that is not the fight you want to be taking.
Definitely not. Definitely not. You know, I feel like Freya should have done a little more. You know, long sidelines, a sniper map like that. You know, that should have been her playground. That should have been her playground. But the Echo though, both teams ran Echo. You know, with all the high ground, all the verticality, all the height you can get, if you can fly up.
Especially with the burst potential with the stickies and the E. And then the extra life almost copy. We saw copy forced out so much, you know. For such a powerful ultimate, really it's really disheartening to see it used so what's the word, like loosely?
So loosely, yeah. It was used very, very quickly. And it seems like we are heading to break. We're heading to break. 5 minutes. Be ready. What's up? We're back. We are back. See all the love in the chat. Thank you so much, guys,
We're
for
back,
that.
everyone. We're back.
Thank you for the love in the chat.
Yeah, no thank you for the strays. I don't know why I'm
No,
catching strays.
hey, you're catching strays. You're catching strays. Not me though, bud. Not me though. Not me though. I am not catching any strays. Seems like
Uh, bef-
people really like us, huh? Interesting.
Before we continue, Ryan, do you have any favorite foods?
Do I have any favorite foods? Huh. Wow. I really like strawberry and egg, actually. Well,
Really? Because what a coincidence. Because for our charity show match sponsor, we have strawberry and egg.
so Strawberry and
Strawberry.
Egg is a new local business located in Vancouver, British Columbia that specializes in making large video game and anime themed plushies.
They also make smaller items like keychains, headphone accessories, and flower bouquets.
And the best thing is, everything is 100% handmade with quality as a top priority.
They take custom orders and commissions, so just send a message through Instagram at strawberry and egg or on Discord at reded. I'm not gonna try.
Ridelia. Ridelia.
It'll be in the
15% off
CIE
all
Discord
items.
server.
15% off all items if you say that CIE sent you. So send that message. Send that message.
Right now, moving on to the teams.
Team 1. U of T. A little bit of bias here. A little bit of bias.
Guys,
But, U of T,
yep.
looking good.
for those unaware, me and Ryan are both students at U of T currently.
Yeah, but disregard that. We're non-biased here, right? We have Amoeba on DPS, LOL on DPS as well, Sum Shigi
My goat.
on tank,
My goat.
Computer OW, and Jumbo Player, both playing support. Wow. And we're gonna see team number 2 now. Let's see. Team number 2 is TMU.
Esports.
A rival in the Toronto Overwatch. In Toronto Overwatch. So we have Kui on DPS, Kiwi, apologies, Herald, Solo, Oats, and Min. Ooh, this seems like a game. Seems like a
Solo
game.
on the solo tank,
Oh, that was a good one, dude. That was a good one. That was a very good one. I wonder what the comp's gonna be. I do wonder what the comps are gonna be here.
I
Running
wonder, with that
Helios.
rivalry, like how intense this game will be, especially the team comps. You've seen U of T, they really do like to stick to meta, but they have players who are flexible and all of those variety or characters and positions. So let's see what characters they decide to roll out with. Our first map being Ilios here. With the 3 submaps, I believe Lighthouse, Well, and I'm blanking on the third one.
I don't remember either. It's like a little
But-
underground. It's like down below. You know what I'm
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like the Widow one, the Widowmaker map.
All 3 submaps, all very different and have different team comps that can be played on each. So I'm excited to see the variety and the swaps. Just like we saw in the last series. I hope this series will just be will be as close, if not even more intense. These are the games we all love to watch. Now
This
carrying
rivalry
on.
runs very deep. So
Carrying on to the bands.
see, seems like we have Calgary versus Western still. There you go, U of T versus TMU. Let's see what U of T bans here first. And they banned Monkey. Wow, they do not want to get Dove. They do not want to get Dove here. And Team U bans Freya. Interesting ban.
Wow. I was really looking forward to seeing a Freya game, but unfortunately, it looks like we won't be having that this map. Freya
May
is
see a
just
Widowmaker.
Freya's just one of those dominant characters, like it really brings you back to prime Widowmaker or prime Cassidy or season you know, Overwatch 2 Season 1, Season 2, Season 3, Sojourn, you know, those characters that are just so dominant on the release, you know, taking well to a mechanical skill, but being able to punish over positions, being able to snipe backlines, being able to burst through tanks. These are really the characters that are, you know, the most enjoyable and versatile to watch.
I agree completely. You know,
But
with the
I
long range
really-
map on this, I feel like the snipers are the priority. They are the priority. Seems like we're heading in the game soon.
I mean, it really depends on the one we get, though, right? Like, if we get on Lighthouse, you know, we could see some crazy, but we could see some brawl, we could see some dive, you know. I would personally love to see some Soomshigi ball. I don't know if you've ever seen it in the flesh, but it is very, very entertaining.
I do want to see that. I really do want to see that, actually. Let's see what comps we got here.
Fortunately, our
And we have a
we're missing
leaper.
Deferito.
What is going on?
Maybe a tech pause?
Maybe.
Maybe they're just so confident they can 4v. Oh, it's the tank, the solo tank.
He did not want a solo tank. So it seems like
Oh,
UFT is...
Soomshigi hovering the ball.
Ooh, I love to see that.
Love to see it.
Seems like Kiwi wants to pause.
Like
Wait, Anka, did we play against Kiwi?
Kiwi?
So we did play
He-
against. We're going back
Looks
to
like we
casters, I
will be
guess.
Taking a
Hey,
pause.
we're
taking a tech
back. We
pause.
are back here. What is something interesting to talk about in this tech pause?
That's a great question. That is a,
What do we talk about? I
that is
feel like
a
all of our talking points have been taken. You know, this is a little unfortunate.
You know, can we talk about their team comps? Right, we saw the wrecking ball, we saw the tracer coming from the UFT Avengers. Did you
Avengers?
get a glimpse of what TMU
I don't think they're.
had?
I don't think they're the Avengers.
Oh, oops.
Varsity,
Varsity, UFT Varsity, oopsie.
Avengers might be another team. They might be a bit better. You know.
Yeah, a little better.
A little bit.
Oh, and we're going back to the
And
game.
we are back. And so solo,
Yep,
the
here
one
we
who
go.
DC'd is on Arista.
All Tracer and Sojourn. Wow, very, very standard comp here. And then TMU running the Arista, more poke, more brawlish comp. You always love to watch the ball gameplay. You know, it's always so entertaining. So far, he's just poking out. You know, ooh, almost
And
found the Lucio. Very
player.
close. Grabbing the mega health pack, playing his life.
Hookmaster
Sojourn-
69. Interesting name from this man.
Yep, Sojourn almost finding the
Lucio
Lucio.
with one hit a
again.
shot, please. And what a shot. Beautiful.
Lucio just playing so aggressive, needs to know his boundaries. Almost finding the Tracer too. Soomshigi on the ball, rolling around, causing mayhem, finding 2 picks,
Wow.
and cleans up. Wow. I did
Wow,
tell
that-
you. I did tell you.
Wow. That fight for sure. Shumchigi, the MVP of that fight. Killing 3. Wow. Going for
Almost
more
pressuring
even.
out this Lucio. Greedy, but it's working. This Lucio really needs to understand just how much pressure there is on him, right?
This guy has so
How
much aura.
How much he's going to be getting marked. Seems like their backline is just permanently on 1 HP, forcing out the cleanse. Full rail coming on Altair. Will he land a shot with it? Tracer duel happening.
Throwing a
Kiwi
bomb.
wins the Tracer duel. Engaging the Lucio. Ball diving the Kiriko. Ooh, Kitsune Rush
Slam.
coming out on UFT, matched by TMU. Sound barrier, high noon also being forced out. Can he find anyone on the head glitch? Shoots ball. Not enough damage to take him out. Arisa, solo point, is able to cap. Cleanse forced out once more and cleaned up. UFT gets a respectable 39% on the point before it's flipped.
Very
Ultimates
respectable.
online. UFT has Pulse Bomb, while TMU has Pulse Bomb, Terror Surge, and Sound Barrier.
I want to see this pulse bomb. I want to see what both teams have with their pulse bombs.
Looks
I'm
like
excited.
we will not see yet. Wow.
Wow.
Solo with a great pick. Soomshigi causing more mayhem in the backline. Slams the Arista. Forced out, unfortunately. Cast for Sojourn, you know, it's a really interesting pick, you know, with Sojourn's position in meta currently. Huh, Ryan?
I agree. The meta looking Sojourn only, you know what I mean?
I agree. Overclock coming out, able to find the Lucio again. Cash falls due to it as well. Kiriko low. Doesn't get the Mega. Terror Surge forced out. Orisa 1 HP. Taken out.
What a shot!
Ooh. Altair is
Altair,
just too
crazy.
nasty. Able to clean up the fight. I don't know if you noticed there. His railgun charged to 150%.
Got
With
the
that
perk then.
being, yep, the
Got
minor
the perk.
perk.
Yep.
Exactly. You know, perks is being able to change games so significantly, you know? Would he have gotten those frags without the minor perk upgrade?
We
Maybe
missed
not.
it, but Tracer missed his pulse bomb.
Unfortunately. Have either tracers hit a pulse yet?
I don't believe so. That's all good though. Happens to the best of
Infinity
us.
Rush coming out. Team is aggressing. They swapped Orisa for a Diva, trading out Lucio for Sojourn. Lucio picked out again. Lucio for Cass. Both teams even 3v3. Down to DPS, down to support. TMU fighting on point. Kitsune Rush comes out from UFT. Sound barrier from TMU. Mine's on point. Diva is looking
What
low.
is still
Tracers.
going on?
Point still ticking in UFT favor. About to get to 99. Tracer, Lucio again, finds the pick on Sombra. 1 HP. Sound barrier force out. Pulse bomb whiffs. High noon. Finds the Lucio Tracer.
Bang!
Bang! What time is it? It's
I guess it's
Hookmaster
Hookmaster
time.
69
It's
time.
Hookmaster time.
What a
And they're
play!
able to flip.
Wow, what a fight!
What a fight deciding noon, you know. Those
Wow.
are the you never expect them and then they just come out.
100%. I definitely thought UFT was winning that fight. With the mines on the point, they couldn't even touch. I definitely thought they were winning that fight, but I mean TMU, I guess they got more than I expected. I don't know.
Sombra swap came out a little late. Unfortunately wasn't able to catch that, but looks like they're committing to the dive. Hacking Diva. Prime target. Kiriko 1.
Wow.
Teleports back on. Still low. Pulse bomb. Teleport out. No cleanse. No cooldowns. Diva demacked. Has the bomb for a remake. Looking at the cast. Whips another
Pulse.
pulse bomb.
Me on Tracer.
You know, I hit those personally, but
I don't.
dueling the Diva. Forcing out the entire defense matrix. Kitsune Rush coming out. Cleanse forced out as well.
This will be last fight for both teams, so make this one count. And Zoom
Big
Shiggy.
pick on Zoom. Somber 1 HP. Sound barrier coming out from TMU. Was that needed?
Solo
And
doing
they
so much here.
clean
Check his
up.
PC. Why did he leave the
Solo
game? Maybe to
again.
install hacks? Wow. And
Wow.
Team you steal the round. What
So
a robbery.
unfortunate. Zoom Shigi getting picked out while he has mines. Altair 4% to the EMP. You know, team winning or fight winning ultimates really.
Yeah.
Not what you want
What
to
a
see
steal.
if you are UFT. Not what you want to see. You know, oh, looks like they're making swaps. LOL swapping to teleport. Probably gonna go back.
I'll go back to Tracer.
I like the brig pick over the Lucio. You know, stabilize that backline more. TMU, you know, mindset if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They're keeping the same
Mhm.
comp.
I love that mindset. I love that mindset.
Yes, sir. Altair on the Ash. This is historically a really good Ash map. You know, being able
I
to
agree.
switch to the high ground whenever you need. Fight on top of the lighthouse. Get the boops off the map even. No portal play from TMU. Looks like they're not interested in min-maxing, you know, where they can. Sticking on the Diva, you know, you don't see a lot of those, especially on this map.
All spinning.
Kiri recall
Interesting.
forced out. Wow, Altair finds a devastating pick on TMU. Kiriko their flex support only left with Lucio and Peels. Anti-nade on the Diva. This looks like a free point for the UFT varsity team. Dynamite on the cast. Whiffs on the dynamite.
Whiff. Big whiff.
I hit that, but you know,
I might hit that too.
real. Maybe even Leo hits that.
Who's Leo?
Oh, big slam. Finds the Lucio. Lucio 1.
Lucio 1 HP.
Forces out the biotic grenade. Diva diving now with her tracer on the Ash. Ash isolated. Eats the sleep dart. Micro missiles doing big damage. Oh, Is Altair able to find the Ana? Takes her out of position. No,
To be
playing the
honest,
cover.
To be honest, Solo on TMU is taking a lot of space. He's doing God's work right now.
Really, like he is just going like almost uncontested. Like look at the amount of pressure he can hold around the map. Like no one even trying to fight him.
Looking like Thanos.
That is
Looking
aura.
like me.
That is aura. Ultimate Banks looking pretty
And
full from both
Shushigi
sides. Solo
at
has
1 HP.
the extra life. Zoom, no!
Will he be taken
Zoom 1
out?
HP.
And he does.
Wow, Solo is just putting on a dominating performance. They nano boost the Brigida.
Oh.
Solo holding the point. How long can he last? Packs to the Tracer. Tracer very, very low. Solo is the
finally
mech and
taken out.
chooses-
Finally taken
chooses
out.
not to use the bomb. You know, respectable play. You know, they didn't have the point capped, so why let the fight last longer, lose more percentage? I respect that reset. You know, they're coming out with the Diva Bomb. They're coming out with Nano Boost almost to noon. Well, let's see if Hookmaster can get another big play like that. Sumshigi has Mines up, close to Bob, and Rally on UFT side. Let's see just how much value they can find here. Mines are out.
Big
Ooh,
slam.
Big slam! Just what you want to see. Diva's half HP. Altair finds Kiwi.
Wow.
High Noon coming out. Can he get anything?
Oh!
Oh, should have
Nice
shot when he
sweep.
had the chance.
And UFT steals the round, I think. Unless...
Almost. Solo has to solo hold this. Forces out Diva Bomb.
Nope.
Ultimates do not carry over to the next round. I forgot. I forgot.
Seems like you've been playing too much of a different game, huh?
Too much of a better game even.
A better game. Ooh.
Yeah.
I mean, low-key, I could say... we could say that. No, this game is amazing. Overwatch is amazing.
What a close match, TMU and UFT. You know, every fight you never know which side it's gonna go. TMU swapping to a Juno. Have not seen this since season 14. You know,
And a Junker Queen, too.
Queen. Wow.
Wow.
They are going for a whole comp switch, you know. UFT, Altair swapping to the next meta hit scan, going for Cass here. LOL probably gonna teleport and then switch back to the Tracer, I'd expect. Still, TMU really does not like to min-max, you know. Those teleports can really get you a better starting position in every fight. Just look at how UFT just is already closer and, you know, better set up.
Looking like Venom here.
Misses
Slam
the
the back.
nade.
Oh.
Hindered. Can he find an opening? Can he get a slam? Just poking so far. Brought down to half HP.
Being such a nuisance in the back line.
Oh, big
And
slam. Sumshigi with 2.
Wow.
With 3. These are the ball
Can we
plays
get 4?
you
Can we
love
get
to
4?
see. These are the ball plays, showing just why this pick is so you know, why it's such a good pick in these types of team comps. You know, with the Ananade and then being able to slam and find those openings, capping the point. Sumshigi is bringing the value out on this character. Really
Yo,
finding
on God,
every
on God.
inch. Yeah.
That was next level. Speaking of next level, BMO Next Level is a Twitch channel and Discord server dedicated to helping you level up not only in game but also in your personal finances. Join Sean Frame, BMO's gaming relations specialist, as he plays through your favorite titles while giving detailed walkthroughs on financial topics.
Wow.
Back to the game.
Real next level stuff.
Real.
Back to the game. Brigida anti-nated. Ran through with the ball speed. Almost up on mines. They have nano boost up. Rally.
And Sumshigi.
Zoom.
Wow.
Real close. Nail biter. Must have been right on the kill box. Nano boost on the Tracer.
Nano comes out.
LOL. Finding Kiwi. Not. Misses another sticky bomb. Cass and Brig all low. Backline 1 HP. Altair cleans up the Brig. Juno half HP. Altair finds diff on the Cass. Wow.
What a fight.
What a fight. Any ultimates other than Nano Boost and Pulse Bomb? Already 50 to another Nano. Wow. He is just building this up. You know, it really doesn't matter if he whiffs like 1 and 3. He'll get another
I
3
agree.
back.
Wow. I mean, LOL, he could not die that fight. He was unkillable that fight. He was going left, right, AD,
really
AD,
was.
could not
You know,
die.
you really have to thank the backline of UFT for that, you know. It's the unthanked plays, you know. The heals that computer hit there, you know, it's not as exciting as the 2 taps that Altair might, but you know, it really makes a difference in these team fights. Oh, big anti-nade.
Shroom
Hitting
Shiggy.
3 with that. Any cleanup? No follow-up. Rampage almost ready. Shroom
Taken
Shiggy falls
out.
to the Junker Queen. Solo looking for a Rampage. High Noon coming out. Killed before he gets the shot off. Satellite. And that fight is cleaned up
What a
by
fight.
TMU.
With only
Wow.
one ult. Wow,
One
what a
ultimate,
fight.
yeah.
And stagger too. Wow.
Satellite Orbital Ray is just one of those game-breaking ultimates. You know, in my opinion, it really is the strongest ultimate in the game. You know, thank God
100%.
it takes so long to charge because it just has so much value. Nearly
5-man nano boost.
unkillable, damage boosted. Yeah, just so much momentum with that ultimate. You know, the only option really is to kite or match. Solo looking for a Rampage, it seems like. Just doing some poke damage, you know. I don't know if poke damage is what you want to give them, looking at the ultimate banks, but
Me personally, I think I would just sit back and let them come to me.
yeah, I fully agree with that, you know. Solo
So we're getting
has his
low.
shot forced out. What HP?
What
Gets
a...
picked! That is not what you want to see on TMU side.
That's not the
3v5, forced to hold out rally just so they can stall. High Noon too. The ultimates are all coming out just to stay alive. TMU loses Brig. 2 left alive. Finds Altair with the Noon. Just Hookmaster. And he finds another. Hookmaster has to do it all to win. Mine's coming
Shroom
out.
Shiggy popping our mines.
Hookmaster can't do it all, unfortunately. Rampage comes out. Hits 3. Big. And they're taken out. Sumshiki, Solo near full HP still. Can they clean up? Respawn's coming in. Zoom finds the Lucio and the Moira. Both supports taken out. Solo all alone.
Wow,
And
what
it
a
is
map
over.
by UFT.
What a
What
great
a
map.
map. After losing round 1, they come back better for round 2 and even better for round 3. That is
Wow.
amazing.
And play the game of Solo, you know, really,
Wow.
game, you know, game deciding plays from his end. Sees the Sombra, pokes him out. Kitsune on the Kiri rush, all by himself. You know, solo kills here, crazy.
Looking like Thanos. Solo kills. Good one.
Drops the bomb too. When he said nerf this, he was talking about himself. Solo doing
That
it
is
all
tough.
here, but doing it all is not enough.
Wow.
UFT takes the first map in the series. What a
Wow. I
map.
wonder if they're going to make any changes for map number 2. I feel like UFT, they have a very solid game plan. They're playing around the ball. It seems like is Sumshigi one trick, or is he very good at ball?
I think he's just very good at ball, you know. I've
think
seen
they
him
might
on a
ban the
few other
ball.
characters, but he used to be a one trick. But you know, he's putting in that effort, he's putting in that the time, and he's really developing into a really great player, you know.
One trick. I know a couple of those players. I know a couple of
Yeah.
those.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
talking to one right now.
Oh, you mean me?
Huh?
You mean me?
Slobbering time?
Oh, so we're gonna bring in the other game now. We're gonna bring in that game now, right? We're gonna bring in that game. I get you.
You know,
It's all
hey,
good though.
hey, but it's the one tricks like this that really make those plays, you know? Like Sumshigi found incredible value, you know,
Incredible.
even when you don't see a lot of ball, you know, even if it's not the best ball map, Sumshigi will find a way to make it work, you know? Playing off
Yep.
those anti-nades beautifully, you know, being able to clean up on those anti-kills. You know, he's really min-maxing the most out of his character, you know?
You can definitely tell he spent thousands of hours on that one character. You can definitely tell.
Thousands, it's a little wild. You know,
Thousands
but
of hours.
he really has perfected it.
Really
That
did.
is as close to a perfect ball as we will get to see in this league, I think.
And I believe next map is Dorado. Interesting map there. You can see a lot of maybe we can change the comp up a little bit. The comp was a little interesting on Team U on third round. Hopefully get some changes here.
I would
Maybe.
really love to see some more Freya gameplay personally, you know, but
Ooh,
you know,
yeah.
with how oppressive she is, especially at taking high ground, you know, Dorado, another vertical map. We're seeing a lot of verticality in these maps being used like excellently, I would have to say, you know. Both teams playing around them, understanding where their support's position, understanding how to utilize and leverage the cover and the positioning they have up there, you know. They really are doing a fantastic job. Let's see if TMU can make it to map 3 or if it ends for them here.
And it seems like I just got information that Orange Peel is subbing out. I'm subbing in for Jumbo Player from U of T. Very interesting.
Who was
Orange
that guy
Player was
play?
on Brig. Oh no, sorry. Jumbo Player was on Lucio Brig, I believe.
on TMU side or U of T
U
side?
of T. U of T.
U of T side. Got it.
Interesting.
Yeah,
And
he
so
really did put up
TMU
a good
instantly
performance keeping
bans
his
ball.
end alive. Yeah,
Instantly
I
banned
gotta say, I
banned
expected
ball
that.
too.
You know,
I
know,
banned ball
that's-
too.
that's from the performance that they just put up with the Anna Ante with the wrecking balls nade. Like you just have to say, like that was expected.
Yep. Looks a little familiar, to be honest.
Yeah,
Seems like that
banning
may have
out a
happened-
one trick.
Seems like that may have happened to us at some point. I don't know when.
Yeah, it
but-
has.
Huh.
Then we lose when your thing
Huh.
is
Wait,
banned. You know,
what?
games are really
What?
been
What?
grim when they get banned.
Oh,
Oh, see that? You see
yeah,
that? You like
that
that?
was tough.
Yes,
That was
sir.
tough.
Yes, sir.
So
U of T
interesting
taking their
swap
time.
in from Orangeville for Jumbo Player. They did win the map and they subbed a new player. Very interesting. And let's see what U of T bans here. They banned Genji. Interesting. Maybe they know
So-
something we don't.
It looks like they don't want to play into a dive comp, or maybe just they don't have Genji in their rosters. No, Genji is just it always has been
Such
one
an
of those
oppressive
carry
character.
characters. You know,
Yeah.
it's always been meta. It's always been abusive. It'll never not be good. It's one of the face characters of Overwatch. You know, Tracer,
Genji and Tracer. Yeah.
Genji, Diva. You know, these are really Widowmaker.
Ana.
Those are the
Ana.
face characters of Overwatch.
Ana, I would say as well. Here we are, starting with map number 2. I'm excited, to be honest. I'm excited. After seeing map 1, how close it was, map 2's got me
I
hyped.
am too, and let's see what happens to Zoom off of his ball. You know, hopefully
also-
it's not a repeat of Ryan. You know, hopefully they can pull
okay.
through without the one trick.
Okay, and I want to see what Orangefield can do. We haven't seen from this guy at all.
We
I want to see
have
what
it.
this guy can do.
You know, if they're subbing him in after the performance from the last game's main support, he's got to be good. You know,
He's got to be.
he's got to be, because that
Or
was a close
maybe-
game.
Or maybe Jumbo Player just had to go to the bathroom. Who knows?
This long,
Could be that too.
yeah, for sure.
Could be a lot of
Solo,
reasons.
looking at the dive comp, Hookmaster back on the cast. You know, Hookmaster and Solo putting the team on their back, really trying to do everything they can. Asumshigi has the Overwatch
music.
theme. I don't know if you know this, but if you play that Overwatch theme on the bells as Hamster will sing it. Like he'll
Really?
like, yeah, it's a secret voice line where he'll sing it. And of course,
Oh,
the Hamster
that's
one
so
trick
cute.
knows
That's
that.
so cute. That's so
Right?
cute. That is so cute.
Ooh, U of T pulling out the Widowmaker, Altair.
Oh, I love to see that. I love seeing Widowmaker. Widowmaker gameplay is the most fun gameplay in my opinion.
Really, I would have to say
Yeah.
ball, but you know,
Oh, I
misses
mean,
the grapple.
yeah.
You know, he's on academy for a reason. Walks up main. Diva taking the high ground.
You didn't have to do that to him.
Winston forcing out the bubble. Zoom on the Diva. Wow, solo on the Winston, coming back, resetting with his team. Kiwi holding the high ground, drops down. Good poke
Ooh.
damage. Almost got a one clip there. Altair frontlining with the Widowmaker. Winston not letting any shots come off. Almost got the brig. Diva fighting the high ground. Can't really do much. Force the Winston off of the payload. Computer finds Tracer. Zoom finds Monkey. Great picks. Now the backline's just forced to walk away. Micro missiles doing so much damage. Can Zoom get some help? Altair, big pick.
Soon looking like
Orangefield
Thanos
finds
here
Vienna.
in 2019.
Wow. What a performance from U of T.
Wow.
One fight too. Can Team U even recontest this? I don't think they can.
Team U swaps Hookmaster to Widow.
They just won 0.1 with a single fight. That is
Wow.
not what you want to see, you know?
Wow.
Especially on Dorado with the spawn hold opportunities under bridge. Teams can force out 2, 3, 4 even fights on this map, and Team U lost it in 1.
That's not what you want to see if you're a Team U fan.
Not at all. Not what you want to see. Me personally, I do want to see that. But like, you know, for all those TMU fans. Monkey force up the high ground, bubble out too. He's getting bursted down, forces the primal out. Can they keep the other support alive? He finds Altair on the Widow. And the Tracer, wow. What a primal. What a primal. Solo really solo carrying this team.
Get a little angry here.
Very, he already has perk 1 unlocked. Almost worked his way to perk 2.
Wow.
You familiar with any of the tank perks?
Of course.
We can take a look after. We can take a look after.
The perks
Altair
on
finds a pick
gets
on
a pick.
Oaks. What a great shot. What a great shot. I take it back. Promote him.
And so the perks on Winston, it would be do more damage to barriers and deployable objects. Or during Primal Rage, your jump pack damage in area is increased up to 75% while airborne.
Oh, I think he might have chose that one with the amount of value he got off his primal, right? Oh, going back in, Nano and Solo, 1v1 on the Briggs, forces out Rally. Anna on high ground, playing away from her Brigitte, finds Altair. Can he survive the nanoed Winston? Yes, he does.
He can.
No one's there to help Solo. No, he just can't do enough damage alone. Hookmaster grappling in. Altair, what a shot! You know, didn't charge it enough, unfortunately. Brigitte looking to heal her Widow. Rotating around, both supports coming to the high ground, staying with their Hookmaster. Oh! Altair!
What a shot.
Showing Hookmaster just swap back. You know? Wow.
You're not him.
Altair is him. Healing up QE, recall force. Oh!
Altair!
This is his
He
map.
heard
This
you.
is
He
his
heard you
world.
for sure.
This is his world and we're living in it. Forces out the primal again. Solo is building these primals.
He wants
non-stop.
Altair. He wants him.
Solo is really doing everything he can, but his team needs to live. Altair deciding the flow of this game. Does he get another?
No.
Almost. He's looking, playing the low ground.
Oh, Widow 1v1.
Willie Chow, Empress Sight
One of
coming
them
out.
does
from
have wall
Hookmaster.
hacks.
Time for Hookmaster to finally, you know, prove his worth, and he
Oh
does. He falls short. Altair also weak. Tracers traded out. Brig for Anna.
Using bomb here. They're just giving point.
Gets the mech reset. C9.
just gave points.
C9. Second
That
Charlie
is
Niner of the
unacceptable.
day.
That is unacceptable. In a game like
Truly.
this, that's just miscommunication.
You never want to see this.
They must be under a lot of pressure. It seems like Hookmaster has swapped off the Widow. I would too. Versus Altair, I would too.
Wow.
Another one.
Altair is just server admin. Like
I think we just stay on Altair at this point. This guy might
Really,
be.
He's just calling all the shots this game.
This guy's doing slash kill. Hookmaster 69 every fight.
Slash kill Oat, slash kill Hookmaster.
Every
what
fight.
can you do? Sumchigi as well, really impressive on that front line. LOL getting traded out, unfortunately. No worries, Sumchigi, Altair are here.
Zoom clutching at
eating
20
the bullets,
HP.
Yep. Staying alive, critical life to play. Nano boost online. Which perk does computer have? Is he gonna get self-nanoed or will he be able to crit?
I think he has self nano. Yeah, I think he has self nano. And he's the
We'll
bounce.
see. We'll find out.
He's the bouncing nade, and I think self nano.
We'll see. Solo doing everything he can to stop Altair from ripping his team to shreds. You know, it shows why they banned Widow map 1. Now we understand, you know.
No.
He is just uncontestable on this character. You know. Wow,
Zoom,
Diva
1 HP.
getting low. Solo, another kill with Primal. This guy might be a monkey in real life.
What does that mean?
I don't know. A lot of practice. This guy's an ape on this
so.
character. That wasn't like a racist thing.
Annoying
by the
Diva.
way. Nano on the Diva. Is he able to find anything? Rally forced out. Almost on Hookmaster.
So much
Can
pressure.
Altair find a kill during the chaos? Sumchigi. Hookmaster all alone. Anna left alone. Sumchigi smells blood. And they're pushing payload even further. forced to contest, otherwise they lose. Are there supports on either side? I can't tell. Wow, a trade. Both DPS traded out. Solo on the backline, still trying to find some work. Rally stunning him. Anti too, but he escapes with an inch of life. They're 3-speeding the payload. They need a touch. Solo on guard.
Winston
Solo
jumps over the point. What a
Big
bomb!
pulse bomb. First pulse bomb of the series. LOL finds a brig. Can they clean up the Winston fast enough?
This ends now.
I don't
Yes,
believe
they
they
can.
can. I don't believe they can win
But
this though.
Sumchigi mech down. Bomb
Unless-
coming out. Oh!
And Hookmaster jumps over the cart.
Nerf this. Nano boost coming back. On the back line, Kiriko half HP, no cleanse, no TP. Kiriko won,
Wow.
and they full cap.
Wow. Sumshigi played an insane round, by the way. I don't believe he died.
Sumshigi and
I don't believe he died.
Altair. Wow.
Switching sides.
They really just took over this map. They said,
Wow.
fine, ban my Widow first map, deal with it second. Ban my ball, you got to deal
Don't
with one
matter.
or the other. You got to deal
Don't
with one or
matter.
the other.
Exactly.
You can't ban both of them.
Wow.
Sumshigi
Sumshigi-
currently 21-0, really
Zero
destroying
deaths.
the lobby. Destroying the lobby, utilizing that Diva Bomb for an extra life, basically, every
Yep.
time. Solo trying his hardest every single fight, you know. Putting in that effort, every single primal is 2 kills guaranteed.
Wow. And
Looks
Altair
like
on the
Altair on
Ash.
Ash. After that Widow performance, I don't know why we're not keeping him on it.
I mean, him on hits again. I don't mind.
TMU keeping the same team comp.
I think we should make some swaps here. It wasn't working that well, but I mean, maybe attack was better.
I agree. Maybe like a Cassidy to stop the Tracer from terrorizing the backline as much as they did, you know, but still be able to fight the Diva. You know, the Hammer fan really can apply good pressure, especially with how much armor Diva has. If you're able to melt through that, she's on her base HP. She's just so vulnerable to the rest of her team.
5, 4, 3, 2, 2, 1.
Let's see how this round goes.
Tracer Diva holding the high ground together.
Stop the
Brig,
payload.
Ash, Anna holding as a unit on the further back high ground.
Dog, so far, who do you think the MVP of this map is?
I think it's hard. It's definitely between Altair and Sue.
And Soom,
Between
yeah.
the two.
I would say, personally, I think Soom got a little bit of an edge, just because they banned his character, and he's performing like this too.
I still have to say, like, Altair, you know, without the poke damage, without the pick, the early fight picks, you know, Sumshigi wouldn't be able to do what he's doing. Like, look at that. You know, would
I agree,
Sumshigi
I
have
agree.
gotten that
Without the
pick
headshot, I
without
don't know,
the headshot?
maybe
Exactly.
not.
You know? Really a
Like Kobe and
scary
Shaq.
duo. You know, you don't want to
Looking like Kobe and Shaq right now.
Yeah, for real. Wade and LeBron. That's us.
Look like
That's
Kobe and
us,
Shaq. Hey, you got one in the
That's us,
paint, you got one in the 3-point line. You gotta pick your poison.
Sumshigi holding the card off. Getting tased out by the Winston. Winston chasing. Brigida boops him away. Altair poking away. There, and enemy Anna on the high ground. Does not land a nade. Looking for it, seems like. Tracer pushing payload. Huey, oh my god, almost
Almost
getting
one
full
clipped.
clipped by LOL.
And Altair just providing so much. So much.
Sumshigi all alone, really needs to get away. Gets his back up. Anna 1
Letting a post
HP.
bomb.
Gets the kill. Playing on the wrong side of the bubble. Nano boost. Chasing the monkey. Get back here. 2016. Harambe.
Wow. You know, you gotta give a shout out to Altair here, like providing so much value just by shooting from high ground. They can't get him off high ground.
He
So
can.
much-
Wow. They
so much
really
pressure
just
on them.
hold this height. I'm surprised Altair doesn't have a perk up yet.
Well,
You know what
yeah.
the amount of damage he's been putting out. Sumshigi already at perk 1. Tracer trying to poke out low ground. Has a recall force. Pulse bomb on TMU side. Can they land it? And a nano
Okay.
boost and primal. You know, that primal from Solo is really terrifying. The amount of
Tracer
value he's gotten
This is
out.
the 1v1.
LOL
wins.
just really showing Curie like you cannot contest me. Every single time we spectate Curie, LOL is there. Primal about to be forced out unless Solo takes a death. Let's see. Primal
There it
forced
is.
out. Brigida 1 HP gets
Yup,
the Brigida
guaranteed kill.
on the Anna. Can he get 2? Can he get both supports all by himself? Juggling. Wow.
What a play.
Solo is not letting this game end like this.
He really wants to win.
Solo very clearly TMU's MVP.
Looking like Donovan Mitchell on the Cleveland Cavaliers currently. If
Solo
you know, you know.
soloing the UFT Academy team all by himself.
Wow.
Really makes you wonder, like,
What a know.
how different would this game be if Solo had Altair? If you swap Sumshigi and Solo, how would this game be different?
Very different.
Good trades coming out. Oats takes out Altair. Sumshigi finds Kiwi. Sumshigi finds 3.
Wow. Tracer seems to be
He's
gunning for the
showing
honor.
them. He's showing them. This is what happens when you ban my ball. This is what happens. 30-0 performance. Sumshigi
Wow.
dropping the nuke. Sumshigi
A real nuke.
dropped the
Dropped
nuclear.
A real nuke. Black Ops 2, 2012. Dropped
Wow.
the nuke.
Wow.
Map should end.
Still holding the high
It might
ground.
end here.
15 seconds on the clock. Ultimate Bank. UFT has the Freya out. Nano Boost and Pulse Bomb. Let's see if the Pulse Bomb can get a kill. Finally! Finally!
Nice bomb.
Gets the Pulse Bomb on the ulting Brigitte. That is what you
And Nano.
need. High noon.
They
Not
cannot
enough.
touch.
Not enough.
Wow. And UFT,
What
a
a
dominant
bomb.
win. A dominant
map.
win. A very, very, very dominant win here from UFT. Wow.
Sumshigi. Definitely the go to this game. Altair
100%.
won the first map, but once they had the momentum, Sumshigi was smelling blood in the water. Pulse bombing
Wow.
a 1 HP diva.
And a baby
Using the
diva played the
pistol.
game.
Pistol whipping half the team.
I believe that
Wow.
Sumshigi may be the MVP of
Wow.
that map for sure.
Can we interview
Wow.
that guy?
Can we
Can we
interview
interview that
Sumshigi?
guy?
Yep. And I
Wow.
believe we do have time for Sumshigi MVP. I believe, or not MVP. I mean, interview. Let's get that. I'm excited. And we're heading to break. We'll see you in a bit. All right, we are back here with an interview with Altair. So, what a map you played. Wow, what a game you played.
Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah, really, you really had a dominating performance on that Widow there. You know, they tried to match you, and it just did not work in their
They
favor.
couldn't. They just couldn't match it. Could not
So
match
Ryan,
Mhm.
want to start off with our first question for him?
it. I guess so. All right, so what makes you so fearless? What makes you able to swing everything and just know you're gonna win?
So I guess the number one reason for me being so fearless is that I'm able to take a lot of these angles and these plays because I know that I just have a really, really good backline. I can just trust them for me to get enough resource and care. And I know that my front line and my flexibles are able to make space in front as well, so I won't be able to get punished easily.
Good answer. Plus
Um,
10 Team Chem.
Following up, you know, I noticed that you swapped to Freya near the end there. I was really curious on what the thought process was there.
So the thought process behind Freya is that we tried that didn't have Primal or Nana, so their really only win con is for Solo to just get a magical pick. I know that I can stop that by just trying to blow him up as fast as possible, which I can do on Freya.
Right.
And our final question, final question, which Overwatch characters, plural, would you have as a roommate?
You can give us like top 3.
Top
Top
three.
three.
Or 5
Uh,
even.
It'd probably be Tracer, Widowmaker,
Oh.
and Lucia.
And
Oh,
Lucio.
Okay,
Yeah.
I respect the Lucio. I respect the
I respect
Lucio
that.
pick,
I
you
mean,
know?
me personally, I do
Yeah,
Diva,
yeah, that's-
Kiriko.
Yeah, they're crazy.
No reason for that though.
Why
Right, no
why
reason, no
Kiriko?
reason.
Why Diva? Huh?
I think they're fun to be around. They're just cool
Oh
characters.
yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah.
I'm going Mercy, Juno.
I think we're done with the interview now. Good interview. It was great talking
Thank
to
you
you
for
out
your
there.
time.
What
Yeah.
a game played. What a
Thank you.
game. Hopefully
Thank
we
you.
see you in the future rounds.
Yeah, thank you for having
Of
me.
course. Of course, man.
Of course. Thanks.
Thank
for
you.
the
Thank you.
time.
Good luck. Good luck, man. Wow. What an interview. What an interview.
Really. What a game, even,
Wow.
you know. Also, real interesting picks there, you know. I never
Oh.
respect you for the diva player, you know. I see a lot of Arissa out of you, you know. I thought
Oh,
I thought you'd want a roommate with your main, you know. But
Yeah, but I mean, I think Diva's a good pick. Do you
Yeah.
not think Diva's a good pick?
I think no, great pick, you know. Fellow gamer, you know.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
carry me in my games, you know.
Yeah.
Carry you, you know, when you're thinking.
Yeah,
of
100%. 100%.
Of course.
100%. I mean, what about your picks though? You picked Mercy, Juno. What was up with that?
You know, like what if what if I get hurt? You know, like what if like an accident Yeah, you know, it's like
Oh,
Mercy's
but
a
that's why I
doctor.
picked Kiri. That's why I picked
Mercy's a-
Kiriko though.
Mercy's a
That's why I
doctor,
picked
you
Kiri
know?
though. I picked Kiri for that. That's the reason I picked Kiri. Like
Yeah,
the
you're
reason.
right.
Yeah.
With
And I
Kitsune
mean,
to guide you and stuff.
exactly. And maybe I can get one more in there. Let me
Yeah.
think. Maybe like a Doomfist. Like a Doomfist. Like a Doomfist.
Yeah, real fitting, right? Real fitting.
Yeah, I got Doomfist.
Dubas?
Yeah, what would you get? Like, who's your last pick?
Last pick. I don't know. Like that's real rough. I'm thinking
Oh, Sigma.
Sigma. Yo, get that lunatic away from me. Keep that, keep that lunatic away from me. I'm taking Widow. Probably taking Widow.
Oh, that's a good pick.
No
That
cap,
is
no
a good
cap.
pick.
She could kill me.
All right, so our next game is, I believe it's St. Clair versus it's semifinals. So St. Clair versus Unknown right
I
now.
think it's unknown yet.
Yeah, undecided. They haven't won yet. They haven't finished the game yet. So, well, St. Clair confirmed versus, an unknown team.
We will see. We will
Semifinals.
see. Do we know anyone from St. Clair roster? Do they have any real all-star players?
Let's check. Let's check. Where's St. Clair? Okay, St. Clair Saints. Uh, I don't think I know any of these, but you might know these players.
Let me hear.
Aesthetic Sock, Brenburn, Razor, Redex,
I think
New
I've heard of
Chains,
Razor.
Grubby, Invu,
I'm excited
Stev
to see what
Real.
they play though, Like we've really seen a lot of variety with these team comps, It's not just your boring, run straight meta and mirror comps. Like what have we seen? We've seen Dive, we've seen Ball, we've seen Ryan Lucio Rush. I was really not expecting a Rush comp, you know, with this current meta and all the perks and all the oppressive DPS, Genji, Tracer, Sojourn taking over. And I really didn't expect to see some of the picks I saw. And I'm all for it. I'm really all for it.
hmm Looking at the St. Clair roster, if you look at the additional information, there's a lot of interesting stuff that happens here. They have some champ. They have a champ player. They have a contenders player. They have an OWCS player. I'm
Bro,
excited to see. I'm
really,
excited to
really,
see.
really strong roster. I'm
And
really excited to see the performance here.
I'm excited to see it. Let's head to it. And we are
Welcome
back
back.
for
Welcome
game number
back,
3.
ladies and gentlemen.
So
Before
we have
we
St.
carry
Clair's
on,
versus St. Clair's versus
you
University of
bum.
Calgary. And before we start, go ahead.
Before we start, I'd like to announce our charity show match sponsor, Solaris. I'd like to give them a big thank you for the funding and sponsoring this match in this series. They are a esports team based in Vancouver, British Columbia, and they participate in various Marvel Rivals and Overwatch competitions. If you'd like to go check them out, their Twitter is at Solaris_GG.
All right, so the
going
next game
forward.
we're playing is St. Clair versus University of Calgary. We saw University of Calgary play earlier. Let's see if they can continue their streak.
Hopefully. I mean, it'll definitely be a battle, you know. St. Clair University is a very dominant team in the Overwatch scene, you know.
Very
Lots
dominant.
of strong players. Um, especially the duo of, if I can pull it up real quick.
Redx and Razor.
Yeah, Redx and Razor. What a strong duo, you know, both playing in OWCS and contenders. One of them even peaking champion, you know, not I feel like
Wow.
how many players have ever even hit champ rank in Overwatch, you know?
Including me, not that many. Including me, not that many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My platinum tank talking.
Sorry, what?
Anyways, you know, very strong team. You know, they've played in various tournaments, you know, like the NACE varsity, the ECAC showdown. You know, they are definitely coming prepared. You know, they have substitutes, they have coaches, you know, they scrim regularly. This is a strong team, you know. Calgary is really gonna have to pull out all of the stops to bring out the W this game.
100%, 100%. I mean, looking at the rosters, St. Clair Saints, we haven't seen anything from them yet. We haven't seen from U Calgary. We haven't seen anything from St. Clair Saints yet. But looking at the roster, they look scary. They look like a scary team on paper. And here we see the roster, the starting roster. So Aesthetic Sock on DPS, Razor, Renburn on tank, Redix, and Love Note on support. Let's see what their comp is. So U Calgary, we're getting Fee or Phi, LQD, Just This, Forik, and Sir Sanig. We saw them earlier. We saw them play earlier. We know how they play. I don't want to ask that guy what happened on the night of May 6th, though. I don't want to ask that guy that. What do you mean?
What happened on May 6th?
I don't know. Forik said don't ask him.
If you know, you
He
know.
said, do not ask him. If you know, you know. I
know,
guess
you
I don't know. I guess I don't know.
I guess you don't
I guess I
know.
don't know. All good, though.
All good.
All right, let's see what maps we're playing now. Let's see, we have Oasis. This is a best of 3. So we're playing 5 maps if best of 3.
It could
I
go
mean,
up to 5
best
maps.
of 5, I mean.
Best of
could go up
5
to
could go
yeah.
up to 5 maps, but first team to win 3.
Yep.
You know, I'm hoping for another, you know, nail biter series. You know, we saw a lot of 1-1s, you know, 2-1s.
Yep. I'm hoping for a
throughout
map
these
5.
tournaments. I'm hoping for that flashpoint as well, you know. Super
Wanna see it.
fast-paced game mode, lots of quick fast fights. Always what you like to see in a game.
100%. 100%.
Oasis has the 3 submaps, if I can recall. University.
Yeah,
I can't
there's
even
like a
recall the
circle
rest.
one. There's like a circle one. And then there's like a square one. You know.
Man, we are W casters.
Yeah,
Onto the bands.
Onto the bands.
right.
And St.
St.
Clair Saints
Clair.
banned Sojourn first.
A really dominant, you know, DPS. You know, maybe they're confident in their gunplay that, you know, they can show out on the other characters rather than, you know, I feel like Sojourn is one of those characters that anyone can pick up and grab value. And we see Calgary banning out the Ramatra. Wow. So,
Wow.
you know, maybe they're really scared of that, you know, that poke, brawl, you know, the rush comps that can come out from Ramatra. We haven't seen them yet in this series, but, you know, maybe we will after this map.
Maybe. Entering the game. Let's see what the comps go. And Fareg praying
Fareg
once
typing,
again.
typing
Another
some
prayer.
more, putting a spell on us or something. I don't know.
I mean, it worked. T2-0 last time. It worked.
Maybe.
Maybe he'll 2-0 again or 3-0 again.
Hopefully we can get a Google Translate on that. But
Maybe. Maybe someone in the chat can do that. Anyone hear us? In the chat?
anyone here?
Alright, so let's see. St. Clair Saints are running the Pharah.
Ooh.
Interesting.
I really,
Cass,
really like to
Orisa,
see the
Kiri, and
LQD
Lucio.
on the cast. He has just
Yep.
shown out that first series against Western. He really showed us why he is Calgary's hit scan player, right? He hit some nasty shots. Look at that. Both teams doing the portal min-max, Maybe they got to show that to TMU.
They might need to. They might need to. They can learn a thing or two.
Right away,
there,
St. Clair is taking the high ground. Choosing to set up their DPS, their Pharah. Pharah poking away. Big damage in those small chokes, especially that back mini health pack, She's able to get a lot of poke damage. Cassidy taking an off angle on the left side here with his Lucio. Rotating back to the main team. Orisa used Fortify early. Not going to have that cooldown when Renburn decides to drop. Dropping point against a Mei Orisa. Still has his Fortify. Booped in the
Wow,
pit.
booped down.
They're going to be down a tank. Redx gets picked out by the Mei. Calgary gets his first cap. Orisa stuck on the side. Walled off. She gets away. Can they clean her
What
up
a
fast?
fight.
LQD!
What a fight from you, Calgary.
LQD!
I think Justice is a very underrated tank. That fight, he held down. He was like a rock. Could not move. He was a rock.
We saw his Orisa on Gibraltar, and if he's able to pull out a character like that on such a high ground and mobility intensive map, I'm scared to see what he's about to do to this team, Terra Surge has always come big from him. Lucio getting poked out!
Justice.
What a pick!
How did that
St.
happen?
Clair swapped to the Freya instead of the cast. Doing a lot of damage to the enemy Orisa. Pharah still poking. Still shooting the tank. Justice poked out.
Wow,
May's
maybe
forced
some
out
life
both
here.
cooldowns. No cooldowns on Mei, but stalling the point regardless. They are able... Oh, Brig dying on point. They are able to get it to a very
What a
good
fight from St.
53%. Wow.
Seems like some life has been regained from St. Clair after losing the first two fights.
Maybe I'm telling you, it was the Freya pick. But we have not seen enough of this character for the amount of value she's able to get. Let's see if LQD can pop up a hero play. They have an ultimate advantage here, having 4, almost 5 in the bank, while St. Clair's is just about to be on 5. They pop 3 ults all at once. Did Calgary respond to any? Calgary responded with 2 ults, 3 ults, 3 for 2. Can they pull out the win? They pull out the map cap. Rally comes out. Freya ult comes out.
And a 1v3.
Wow,
Doesn't
and
seem
Calgary is able to win. Wow, St.
Wow.
Clair uses 4 ultimates there to lose the point. Calgary matched with 4 for 4 just to lose.
I think that just shows the impact of Juno ult. That just shows
it really
the impact.
does, right? Juno Brig, phased out of meta for such a long time after being so dominant. You love to see her come back and still see that professional play. Lucio with the sound barrier coming up. Orisa in play. Can they play an aggressive? Orisa eats the high noon.
Wow. Well
Inch
played.
of her life. Farah looking at a flank. LQD says no. She's forced to reposition back towards the main. Justice extremely low due to Freya poke. Finds a Kiriko.
Oh,
What a
me.
pick. What a pick. Ryan is never hitting that. Finds the Orisa. Farah in the sky.
I'm always
Redx
saying that.
all alone. Wow.
And you, Calgary, what a dominant
Justice
round 1.
Really
What a
showing
dominant round
out just how good he is at Orisa. I'm expecting an Orisa ban after this.
100%.
Tell this guy to coach Ryan.
What? I mean, Justice, he did play a very, very good map. I would be happy to get coached by him. I'd be happy.
LQD swapping over to the Tracer. Fi on the Echo. St. Clair
And Brandon
swapping
Burns
for
swaps.
a Genji. Deciding he can't match the Orisa, goes to the Diva. Both tanks swapping to a... Ooh.
Oh,
Roadhog.
oh, I like that.
5, 4,
Oh,
Hamster.
he's on. Okay, never mind. He's just trolling a
Baiting
little
us
bit.
back
Just
to the
trolling.
Orisa. Just doing a little bit of trolling. You know, looking at his
Yeah,
skins.
yeah.
Doing a TP rollout. St. Clair is already on point.
Wow.
Razor almost finding the pick on the Echo. Would have been massive. Bye, finding the pick on Invu. Not what you want to see if you're St. Clair's. Red X finding the Brig. Insane pick. Dropping point.
St. Clair, just killing
Freya
everyone.
poking out the Orisa. Red X really showing a masterclass on Lucio.
100%.
Started the fight down and picked it back up. Calgary swapping the Orisa for the Diva, being able to contest those high grounds. Razor fighting. Not able to find the pick though. A lot of downtime, a lot of just poking.
See what
Resetting
St.
while
Clair
Red
can
X,
do.
Red X
Defend
keeps
this far.
getting poked out early fight. Not what you want to see if you're St. Clair. Ult Bank looking grim on both sides. However, Razor is almost to his ultimate. It could be a really early fight deciding pick. Getting it faster than a pulse bomb is very impressive, I have to say. Lots of damage. Already has the ultimate online. First to get it. Oh, gets poked down to 9 HP and lives. Tracer's
Wow.
still on him. Ignores him. Not his problem. Shoots out the ultimate. Finds no one. Diva gets demech. Point is at 50%. Can they flip? Can they even win the fight? Kiriko winning a duel against Tracer. Teleports away to her front line. DPS traded out. Support pick. Fights are even 3v3. St. Clair has all 3 ultimates available. Calgary, nothing. Used everything. And they're able to hold out. Wow. Calgary coming back in. LQD dropping to 1 HP. St. Clair, 4 ultimates available. Calgary with none. About to have 1. Close to satellite. Big poke damage. Poppy engaged. Poppy's the Diva. But is about to get demagged.
Seems like a wasted copy in my opinion.
I agree.
Not a lot of value coming out.
But they do get the map flip. If they can just stall on point, that is massive. Gets a bomb! Wasted
Never
copy
mind.
who? Wasted
Never mind,
copy
I
what?
guess.
He heard you. You know, every
He
time.
just
Every
shut me
time
up.
we
He
talk
just
some
shut me
shit.
up.
Every time. They show us. They show us.
Wow.
St. Clair still with 3 ultimates left. You know, I'm surprised they didn't commit more to win that fight. But, you know, they can just
I mean, they
roll in
know.
here. Satellite for Kitsune, though. If you're St. Clair's, you have to kite this. Pulse bomb. Hits LQD!
Wow.
What a pulse. Brigitte falls.
And St.
Even
Clair.
with satellite advantage, they are falling over.
What a fight.
Just
What a
Juno
clean
last
fight.
alive. Trying to stall point. Do they have touch? 89. 90.
90. 91.
Can they make it?
Seems like
getting
they're
held
fighting
in spawn.
close. They're fighting
in
close
spawn.
though.
They can't make it back. Someone swap Doctor Strange. You gotta
Get a
swap
teleport
now.
going.
We need a
They
portal.
do touch. They get a touch. They got a touch.
Diva bomb reset. Pulse bomb active. Pulse bomb on Diva. Does not demech her. Diva's 1 HP. Oh my god. Red X
That was
put him in the
disrespectful.
blender. Put him in the blender.
He dunked on him.
Wow.
And St. Clair
Invu and Red
takes round
X.
2.
Invu really demonstrating why she is the captain here. Being able to find all these these massive picks on Calgary, cleaning up after the fight ends. What a great team effort. Her and the Lucio dives have been
ready for battle.
very on point, to say the least.
Very on point.
Very on point.
They're
Probably
definitely
the
in
most
comms.
coordinated dive we've seen. That
definitely
is what
talking.
practice looks like.
Yep.
Being able to bring it back 1-1. Final point. Calgary swapping Phi off of the Echo onto the Freya. St. Clair also on the Freya. Looking like Sim TP back to the Tracer.
5,
Looks like Calgary forgot about that.
They may have.
round 3. Capture the objective.
LQD
He's
off
on
Tracer
cast, that
onto
double hit
cast.
scan. Interesting.
It's not hit scan.
Isn't that his scan? Oh.
Both teams just poking at each other. Wow, St. Clair's Freya really building that ult charge. It is surprising
Very
to
quick.
ever see anyone building ult charge faster than a Tracer. Finding the pick on the Juno, that is a massive pick. They take full aggro now. Oh, trade 2 in the dive though, unfortunately. Lose D.Va Mac 2. Is it enough? No, it is not.
St. Clair wins the
Calgary
fight.
just cleaned up. Freya does too much burst damage. 62% to ultimate already.
62 is very impressive.
D.Va out of mech. If baby D.Va dies now, this fight could end horribly for St. Clair. Playing it safe, very, very smart. Both perks available. Yeah, just on the side, looking for some poke damage. You know, with enough damage on this off angle there, she will be able to get her ultimate. You know, a very early ult here could just instantly decide the fight. LQD not far off ult charge. Finding just this. What a massive pick. They are just
What a
starting
blunder.
every fight with a huge pick. They cannot be losing neutral. RZR cleaning up 2. Almost gets a 3rd. LQD is just too snappy with it. What more can he do though? 42%. They have the Freya ult online for the cast ult. Brig also close on Calgary side with Kiriko and Tracer close on St. Clair.
We gotta land this
Ooh,
pulse bomb.
they swap Freya. 5 swaps Freya for the May here.
I want to see him land this pulse bomb.
I want to see
That's
it
all I
too.
want to see.
Invu so far has been the most consistent Tracer we've seen.
Hit the pulse bomb. Hit the pulse bomb.
Hit it, hit it, hit it!
Oh!
Oh!
Love to see it.
LQD, gets the
the kill
trade
still.
for an ultimate. A trade, you know, not what you want to see, but you know, it's better than nothing.
It is. It is.
Eating damage. Getting back out while they wait for LQD. Resetting here. Still rally up, almost to satellite. St. Clair is about to have beat drop Kitsune. 3 ultimates online. And they're about to be at 99. Kitsune comes out fast. Rally for Kitsune. RZR destroying LQD. Beat drop comes out too for just Riley. They're not able to get satellite fast enough. 2% to satellite. 1%.
That is sad.
That satellite could have won the fight right there. Not over though. Justice and Phi. 2v3. Freya just does too much damage though. What can you do? What can you do?
Nothing.
Reinforcements making it back. St.
Wha-
Clair still has bomb alive.
Kill.
Satellite comes out. She made it back.
Oh my.
Is it enough? Bomb coming out.
And it seems
Boom.
like St. Clair takes the map. Wow. After round number 1, I did not think it was going to be that dominant. I did not think it was going to be that dominant, but St. Clair just dominated map 3, or round 3.
Wow.
Wow.
Calgary, you know, they had everything coming in the first map. Justice really showing us just how well he is on that Orisa, you know, why it's such a scary pick. I'd still be surprised if they don't ban it, you know, but it's just not enough on the next 2 maps, you know, with the amount of vertical play and the aspect in those other sub maps. It's too much for an Orisa to pull through,
Would say
especially
that
with the
too.
early picks from the Freya, you know. We're
Freya
finally
looking
getting to
very,
see.
very scary.
Yeah,
very,
we're finally
very,
getting
very
to
scary.
see some really high levels of Freya gameplay, and we're seeing just how much value you can pull out of that character.
100%. Looking like a very fun character to watch too.
Yeah, it's always the mechanical player or characters that are fun to watch, right? Like the Cast, the Widow,
Yeah,
Tracer.
I agree. I agree. Definitely, the Trace is probably the most fun DPS to watch, other than Widowmaker.
Ryan, what do
But,
you
you
think
know.
Calgary could have done in that second and third sub map to really close
Oof.
it out?
I would say, I think they have to deal with the carries. They weren't dealing with the carries. The carries were just running free, shooting their gun, killing the people they need to kill. You know, I think maybe the Diva's trying to go in Diva. They're definitely trying to deal with the carries. You know, but I mean, they just obviously couldn't do it as well they should have.
Yeah, especially with that Freya on the off angle, right? She was just always like shooting at the back line, completely uncontested. You know, like the
Yeah.
Cast can only do so much, especially with that range, right?
100%. I think
You know,
Freya
and-
just a better version of Cass at this point.
I agree. You know, no shame to LQD, but there's just really nothing you can do at that range. It's unfortunate. And then look at that pulse bomb. You know, it's like these early fight picks that really decide the map.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and Calgary, they started off strong, but at a certain point they just couldn't get any more of those picks.
They just couldn't.
Looks like our next map is going to be Circuit Royale.
Circuit Royale. This is exciting. This is
Circuit
exciting.
Royale really is one of those DPS carry maps. You know, as a tank player, Ryan, what do you feel when you play on Circuit Royale? You know, like how
Well,
much
when I play the
impact do you
Circuit,
have?
ooh, I mean, depending on who I'm playing. Let's say I'm playing Arissa, right? Let's say I'm playing Arissa. Like,
Who else do you play?
I play Hella characters. I play Diva.
Yeah, carry on, carry on.
Yeah, so playing Arissa, I feel like my impact is mainly decided, uh, in the shorter, what's it called? Short range areas for sure. The DPS still
Yeah,
can
like
dominate the long range areas.
the corners
Yeah,
and the early chokes, like playing on the payload, like that's where the tank players really can get value. But Circuit
yeah.
Royale with the long sight lines, the
Oof.
far back
The
high ground,
Sojourns,
it really
yeah,
is just a sniper heaven. You know, Sojourns,
yeah, like Sojourn,
Freyas,
Widow, Freya,
Widowmakers, they just
100%.
go uncontested. You know,
Yeah,
I'm really expecting a Widow ban, a Freya ban, a Sigma ban if he's in play. You know, those are the
Sigma
bans
for
I'm
sure.
expecting on this map. Like
100%,
they
100%.
the range issue, you know, I wouldn't even be surprised if I saw a Hanzo ban or an Ash
Hanzo,
ban.
yeah.
I would not be surprised, you know.
I definitely think Freya should be out of the game in this one. I think the smart thing to do would be to ban Freya.
Do you think LQD is confident on that Widow duel?
Ooh,
Because we haven't seen it out of him yet, have we? We saw it on the Busan downtown, but he was in the dive, right?
I think we might see the LQD Widow out here. I
I
think you
hope
might see
so,
it.
because his cast has been really entertaining to watch. So I'd love to see more of that on the Widow.
Seems like we're getting some swaps here, some subs here. I think Phi or Fee is being subbed out for Destroyer, and Foraic is being subbed out for Wild Pants.
Hmm.
Wow, that is interesting. So we're not gonna get a prayer this game, I guess.
He's
And
not
it
gonna
seems
put
like
his ritual
Grubby
in
is
chat.
also coming in. Grubby is coming in for somebody. Grubby would be coming in for. And so Calgary bans Freya. Yep, we saw that one coming.
Just
We did see that one
just
coming.
like we expected. Just like we
Yep,
expected.
yep, yep. Let's see what St. Clair Saints banned. They banned Ramatra last game. They can't do it this game. I feel.
Was that St. Clair banning the Ramatra?
Yeah. I think. Oh no, they banned. Sojourn.
Yeah.
So I feel like the Saints might ban.
I'm still
like a
really
Widow.
expecting like maybe like a Sigma or whatever. If I'm St. Clair's, I'm really confident on that duel. You know,
Yeah.
I'm confident on that.
And a Baptiste ban
Baptiste.
comes out. Wow, that is surprising. That is
Sojourn
truly
now
surprising.
Baptiste.
Huh,
Two interesting bans from St. Clair's.
very interesting. I mean, they won map one.
Ryan? What do you think the motivation behind the Baptiste ban is?
Don't know. It's an interesting ban. I wouldn't personally think of banning Baptiste.
I mean, Baptiste
mo-
is really strong into those poke comps, you know, like Baptiste, Alari, you know, they're able to have the healing, you know, have the team util with the pylon or the immortality, and then still be able to do high damage. Like, I'm not sure if Baptiste is still like this, but Baptiste can even put out, you know, more DPS than Soldier. You know, like he can really have that carry potential and support as much as you can get. And Alari too, so maybe they're
Maybe
trying
they
to
know something
counteract
we
that
don't.
dive, or the sorry, not the dive, poke comp, especially on this poke heavy map. I'm really expecting a Widowmaker now from both sides.
I'm excited. I am excited. I'm hoping to see a Sigma Widow comp. Sigma Widow.
I
what I'm hoping to
would
see.
be happy to see a Hanzo here too, you know. When was the last time you
True.
saw Hanzo in play?
Oh, it's been a while, bro.
I know.
Widow
Last time I saw
Hanzo?
him was season 1, you know, when Hawkeye was really broken.
Well,
Yeah.
and we're getting it started. Let's go. Circuit Royale. I'm excited to see this. I'm very curious what the comps are. We see
Oh.
Grubby subs in for, I believe it was Invu. So Invu, the Tracer player from last game, who likes cats a lot.
What a
Gets subbed
beautiful
out.
map. Have you noticed just how beautiful the map is?
It is beautiful. All
Like,
of
I
our
want to take
maps
a
are
second
beautiful.
just to like admire.
Wow.
Like, look at this view. Look at the city
Where does
in
this
the
take? Where does
background.
Circuit Royale take place?
Ready for battle.
Who knows? I'd want to live here though. Like, look at
I
that city
would.
in the background.
Wow.
Monaco. Wow.
Monaco.
Hello. Hey.
Wow.
Hello.
This is gorgeous.
But look at the team come from St. Clair's. No Widow. Wow. Sojourn. You know, we expect at least one of the two, Sojourn or Widow. Genji on this map.
Oh
I did
my-
not expect,
LQD.
honestly. Ramatra.
Look what LQD's running.
Oh my God, he's doing it.
Hello.
Maybe it's just
He's
a
doing the
sonar
Hanzo.
arrow. No, no,
Oh,
no.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
it's just a sonar for the Widow.
Oh yeah, for the Widow? Yeah. I would be excited to see him play it though.
I would
maybe
love
he
to
heard
see
us.
him play it.
He might have heard us. Oh no, he just zoned. Alright, and then he's going back.
You know they got a team up ability.
Oh,
No, he's walking out on
he's
it.
walking
They're
out.
walking
I'm
out
excited.
on the double
I'm
sniper.
excited to see this.
Let's
Double
see it.
sniper and do not swap.
Sojourn putting in the damage. Ooh, big shot on
Grubby.
LQD. Scared. Ramatra holding down the front line, you know, with that brawl and poke capability. Juno speed ringed early. Hanzo doing poke damage onto our Ramatra here. Ursa just shooting right past. Destroyer, big pick on the Lucio.
Wow.
That Widow is just so oppressive on this map, you know. Even with the Sojourn, you just have to be scared. Hanzo is getting so much value. Little brother, get out of my way, he says. Genji can't get the kill on the Juno. Sojourn can't shoot past. And it is just collapsing for St. Clair here. Running down the tank, Justice. Walking forward, advancing, misses the spear, but can he clean up the... Oh, Sojourn, he's 1 HP. No support.
Wow.
But they do trade out. Hopefully, Justice will make it back in time before the next fight kicks off. Brenburn switching to Zarya.
Counterwatch, I
Counter
guess.
swapping. Counterwatch. Yeah, I was about to say. Boo.
Boo.
Jump shot does not land it. Ana Juno backline. Wow. Calgary really pulling out a really non-traditional team comp. Bubble getting big charge. LQD huge pick on
Burn.
Redix again. Redix is feeding. Dragons
Beautiful.
come out.
Oh, beautiful. Oh.
Beautiful dragons. Cleans up the
Wow.
Zarya. Are they able to hold? Cap first point with 5 minutes.
That is incredible.
St. Clair's is getting rolled
Hit
right
that.
now.
Oh.
Woo! Who is this guy? Who is LQD?
LQD. LQD.
Who is LQD? They better be paying this man.
Show me one more. Show me one more.
Genji running in with the bubble. Feeling safe again. Holding their space as much as they can. Justice taking a lot of damage. Sojourner coming out, overclocked with the 150 perk. Nano boost. Finds the Widowmaker. Terror Surge, nano boosted. Just gives Zarya a charge. Zarya 1 HP, Zarya picked. They're down to tank. Genji is harassing the backline though. They find Juno and the
What a
Hanzo
dominant
and
performance
Ana.
from
Justice
Calgary.
just can't do enough. His backline gets
Exactly.
run over. Finds the Kiriko, but it is not enough. At least they force out the Kitsune Rush. Only have Blade close to grab, close to sound barrier. Calgary
making
switching off
swaps.
Orisa to Reinhardt, off of Hanzo to Cass. It just makes you think, what are they thinking? Ooh,
I get the Rein
hit
swap
that.
there.
I
I
hit
do-
that
I do get the
personally,
Rein
but
swap.
you know, Destroyer almost getting the kill. Blade coming out, Orbit coming out to counter, killing through. Orbit, not enough healing. Almost dies in the process. They trade out Red X. Still 2 for 1. Not ideal. Zarya walking down the backline. Reinhardt picked out. Ana picked out. LQD all in his lonesome. Will he take one with him? He will
Wow,
not.
St. Clair looking good right now. Looking very good right now. Oh, and Destroyer. Right when I say that, I guess. Headshots to Grubby.
Still, Calgary, 3 minutes still in the time blank. Time bank.
Bank.
Not what you want to see. Early
And a grab coming
big
off.
grab,
3-man
super
grab.
aggressive
Wow.
grab. This is what you want to see. But still,
Early
you know,
fight.
the issue with these fights when you're on defense, you know, it was a great team kill, but look how much time they really burned from that. Only like 20 seconds. Instant replay shows that big grab. 1, 2,
Huge.
3, slice and dice.
What a fight, though.
What a fight. Unfortunately, didn't last too long. Back to main. 30 seconds off.
And LQD
Cameras.
disconnects from
LQD
the game.
DC'd. LQD. So upset. He couldn't handle it. I'm kidding. Probably just DC'd. Wow. What a game we're
Wow.
watching, Ryan. What a game.
So
It has
far,
been
so
back
far.
and forth, right?
It's been amazing so far.
Calgary
Wow.
just walked out on such an untraditional comp and really just like it seems caught St. Clair like off guard, you know, and then with that momentum they got
Yeah.
all the way to first point, but after that, you know, St. Clair said enough is enough. Right? 5
Captain
minutes
five
down to
with 5
2:30.
minutes. Yeah, that is
Burning
incredible.
half the clock.
Great defense from St. Clair so far. Great defense. I love what I'm seeing. What from they're creating their own tempo. They're creating the tempo of the game. They're not letting Calgary do anything that they want to do. They're creating the tempo,
Exactly.
making them play to their pace. So St. Clair is all about pace right now. All about their pace. They're just getting their ults, winning the fights, getting their ults, and winning the fights. But right
Exactly.
now,
They're
Calgary's
they're
kind of staggered. They're just constantly staggered and stopped. They can't move.
yeah. St. Clair is really taking that initiative and, you know, starting every fight first. You know, they never want to be on the back foot. They want to keep Calgary on the back foot. You know, with that early grab, with this overclock that we're watching real quick, you know, they're always making sure that Calgary is the one walking back and they're the ones taking space and playing aggressive. You know, that's how you win these team fights, you know?
100%. 100%.
Justice really trying his best, you know. But like how much more can he do? If
I
you're
guess he can't do
Justice right
anything
now,
else.
how are you feeling?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know how I'd feel, to be honest. How would you
You
feel?
know? What do you think about the Rhine swap there? You know,
I
like
I, I get the Ryan
both
swap. I
teams
get it.
are both tanks are really embracing Counterwatch, right? We go Orisa, he swaps to Zarya. We go Zarya,
Yeah,
he swaps to Reinhardt. These are
it
the
makes
plays I
sense.
hate. These are the plays I hate,
I'd rather have a mirror match of just Sigma versus Sigma.
right?
I'd rather have that.
Why complicate it?
100%. Yeah. Complicated for no reason.
Especially on Circuit Royale, you know, like so many angles to bounce your projectiles off of. You know, the rock plays. There's so much value you can get off this character on this map, especially. You know, it's one of his best.
And the addition of perks too. That changes the game from swaps.
Right? I don't know if you know some of Sigma's perks. Like one of Sigma's perks literally lets him fly. Like
Yeah.
he can contest these high grounds. He can fight. Like he's such a more versatile character thanks to his perks.
And swapping off the Orisa after getting a perk, a little bit
Right?
interesting. A little bit interesting. Kind of wasted a bit of time.
Yeah, he just loses a lot of momentum he would have had, right? How
Yeah.
close do you think he was to getting the upgraded spear or the barrier, especially? Like
I
that
think you
barrier
get the
would do
barrier.
wonders against the
Yeah.
Zarya and the Sojourn, right?
I feel like give
Wonders.
it.
Or the spear on the Genji,
I mean, true. Yeah. I mean, give it like a
right?
minute, maybe like 2 minutes from when he swapped, and he would have had it. Maybe about like a minute and a half.
Maybe closer. Who knows?
Who knows? Who knows?
And then Destroyer almost on his last perk for the Widow, you know? These perks really can be the make or break in this next fight. 2 minutes 30 left on the clock, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, like 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Hopefully LQD gets back in the game. Check his PC before he enters, though.
That
Check
man
his
has been
PC.
hitting a lot of shots.
And I believe we should be starting soon. Hopefully.
You know, I really like seeing that it's unconventional seeing the Hawkeye and Black Widow, you know.
Hawkeye and Black Widow.
It's really nice to see those like types of team comps come out.
I agree.
You know, especially with the team up ability
Such a team
that
up.
they
Yeah,
have available,
exactly.
you know.
Yeah. Seeing the Emma Frost come out to counter this Orisa, like a little bit interesting, counter swapping.
Like in the big 2025, we're still counter swapping.
I know,
Come
I
on
know.
now. Come on now.
And the big 2-5. Come on. Let's play the game how it's meant to be played.
For real.
Pick your character and stay that character. Am I right or am I right?
You're right. Absolutely.
That's why I'm a one trick. I pick the character that I don't swap. Pick him that I do not swap. Why would I swap? I'm the best.
Yeah,
Why
you're the
would I
best
swap?
big fucking rock, bro. That's all you do.
And I believe we're going back in. Let's
Yeah,
hope you
that
let's hope
was like minus 10 aura. That was so bad. And we're going back in.
Let's hope
Nothing
Calgary
happens.
can turn up here a little bit.
All right, game started. Soundbit. Red X gets 2. What just happened? Red X kills 2, cleaning up the Reinhardt.
Pause
Unfortunately,
merchant.
can't do anything. Destroyer and LQD both making swaps. They are at a big perk disadvantage. Genji and Sojourn both having almost perk level 3 or their max perk out, and LQD and Destroyer both starting from scratch.
Well, QD
Wow.
DC'd, so I think it resets perks.
I'm not sure.
I know resets your stats and all
Wow.
that.
Lucio and Kiri all up for St. Clair's, and Calgary with only Shatter. Shatter can be massive. Early pick LQD is just disgusting. Did we
Wow.
check his computer? He
might have
logged
not
off
checked
to
his
install something. Look for
Oh
words
my
like
god,
these.
it's clobbering
Big
time.
Shatter. Oh, big boop though.
Big
And able to
Let it
get the
come down a
sound
bit.
barrier off in time. That is a great trade. Reinhardt builds ult so much faster. Speedring comes out. LQD looking to make something happen. Nano boost on the Reinhardt. Zarya 1 HP. Can they walk her
Running
down?
him down, running him
Finds
down.
the frag.
Put your shield down, put your shield down, run it down.
Walking the rest of the team. Walking the rest of the team. Able to take so much space. Can they push the payload in time before Zarya comes back to recontest? And he stays Zarya.
LQD
They
has his
have
third perk now.
Overclock,
Second perk.
Blade, and about to have Grav come up for just LQD, Noon. Oh, and Orbital. Do they have time? Do. Coming out with the
Pops out.
overclock. Using the speed ring to kite. Can they find a pick? Playing really passive, not wanting to get picked off early here. Shooting the Reinhardt. Overclock finds nothing. Kited perfectly for a speed ring, but they lose the point. Using the
Big
satellite.
grab.
Grab Blade!
Grab.
Oh my god! But the Noon picks him off. But it's not enough.
Skiri.
Wait. It is enough. What just happened? Genji got picked off through the blade.
I'm speechless.
I don't even know what happened.
I don't even know what happened. We gotta get a replay on that
even
later.
know. Definitely need a replay on that. Oh my goodness.
That was incredible. What a turnaround.
Reinhardt contesting the Genji. This is Ryan's world. Gets a kill with the shield bash.
He shield
Shield
bashes.
bash kill. That's the
Almost-
Reinhardt perk coming in. Running around the map, living at 1 HP. Genji, anti. Sojourn going aggressive for it. Kiriko saves, uses cleanse for it. Nano boost back online. Gets in a rush, back online. Shatter back online. Oh my god,
Wow.
Reinhardt.
Just this is always so consistent.
Healing. Oh, almost finds the
Almost
Genji.
bashes him.
Fire strike gets him. Wow. What a scuffle. Sorry, I was left speechless for a little. Red X finding the pick on the Sojourn. Very aggressive, you know. A lot of his plays has been punished this game, but he's really finding the value here. He's really showing why Lucio is better than that second flex support. Or even a Brigitte. LQD looking to find a pick with the space he's given by his Rhine. Gets in a rush forced out here. Speed ring to try and kite. Horrible
no
shatter,
one.
but nano boosted. Charging in. On both supports, pooped away. Finds Zarya. Zarya is isolated. Shield bashes. Swinging
Swing
Zarya
back.
down. Reinhardt gets a Zarya on his own. Holding the front line. Card is still moving past the choke. 10 seconds left. This is the last fight. LQD kills 2.
This guy is different.
He
This
is
guy's a
on
freak.
fire right now. Absolutely on fire. Two members from St. Clair still walking out of spawn. They have beat drop to try and contest. Ramacho swap last second. LQD Noon. Beat drop coming in. Overclock coming in. Can LQD get it off? He didn't shoot.
He didn't shoot.
He didn't shoot. LQD or Grubby just on the high ground, able to shoot. Destroyer. Finds a pick. It's winnable. Clear the ram. Hit the shot. They clear the ram. Dragon Blade coming in. Kiriko 1 HP. Orbital satellite coming in, keeping them alive though. Dragon Blade kills through. Shatter 1v1. 1v2. Do they push
Wow.
it? Genji and Lucio.
Calgary just
Genji,
dominating.
Genji and Tracer. Tracer alone with a big German man swinging his hammer. It's not enough. Ramatra made it back. 0.2 meters to go, and they clean up.
One ren remaining. Just a venture. And that's it.
It's not enough.
Calgary just pure domination on that final point.
Justice
LQD
showing why
killing
the
everyone.
Ryan pick is worth running. What a dominating
LQD, check
performance.
LQD's PC. Check his PC.
Check
He
that
closed
guy's
the game.
computer.
He logged off, closed the game. What did he do?
Check that
What did
right
he
now.
do?
I need that man in an interview. I need
What
that
did
man
he
in
do
an
when he was
interview.
offline? That was incredible. Incredible final point from Calgary.
You know, it was looking really rough for St. Clair on that first corner, you know. I really honestly didn't think they were going to make it past or after that second point. I really didn't think they were going to break through after losing 2 minutes 30. But wow, you know, having that first point and that huge time bank really worked in their favor. Now, 5 minutes is hard for any team to hold.
And also, winning that grav blade fight flipped the
Was
game completely.
massive. Yeah, completely changed the game.
Completely changed the momentum, flipped completely. Calgary just
St.
couldn't lose a fight after that.
The pressure is now on St. Clair having to full cap and then win an overtime struggle. St. Clair looking like they're finally going to match the Widowmaker. RZR taking the Sojourn, Grubby taking the Widow. Destroyer back on the Widow, LQD on the Ashe. I don't know if the Ashe, you know, at this range, with the amount of damage drop off she has, is the pick. But I still like to see it nonetheless. You know, that Hanzo first point was shredding. Absolutely shredding. Nothing on the first shot. Carrying the jump spot, or jump peak. Grubby swapping off? RZR swapped off?
To May.
To May. It looks like they're really going to commit to this rush here. They really want to punish this Reinhardt. I would be upset too. Justice getting so much value on, you know, these really unexpected characters. Like, charging in, uncontested. Grubby getting, or Destroyer getting
Wow.
free pick on Grubby. Destroyer really showing why he's part of this team, you know? It's not just LQD. It's Destroyer too. Venom Mine triggered. Good poke damage onto the Ramatra, but unable to get a sight line onto the back line here. No swaps on St. Clair's side. Still running the same team comp. LQD poking out the Ramatra.
Destroyer,
Destroyer, another big pick. Reinhardt though walked down all alone. Can they do anything? Nope. Grubby finds a big icicle headshot on the Ana and looks like this is just gonna get snowballed.
Oh, and even with that first initial pick by Destroyer, they still can't contest.
Super unfortunate here.
Wow. A perfect first point. Perfection. Like, nothing went wrong in St. Clair's favor.
Wow. This is really what you want to see. If you are St.
5
Clair,
points.
this is the type of push you want.
With 5
The
minutes
Ramatra
and
and
momentum. Wow.
Just this swaps to a
Oh.
my god, can we get
And
a
Destroyer.
replay on that? Destroyer, what a pick. Oh my god. Onto the replay of that. RZR peeking
Wow.
for a second. What a jump shot right between the lines.
What a shot.
Back are alive. Ramatra ult coming out. Gets picked off by Destroyer. Destroyer is having a blast right now. Satellite coming out with the Rig Rally. They're forced to kite out. Satellite is just too oppressive. Stuns the Orisa. Calgary with Impresight active. Has Bob available too.
Do
Mayo
not
coming
peek
in.
Destroyer. Do
gets
not
the
peek
Juno.
Destroyer.
Do not peek him.
This guy's him.
RZR
This
trade
guy's
out the
him.
Orisa though.
Why was he on the bench in the first place? Why was he on the bench?
Bob coming out. Walled him off. Bob getting absolutely no value. Oh, Bob peek shooting at the back line. They have to use 2 shields. 2 very big cooldowns. RZR getting a pick with the overclock on Destroyer. Brigida going down to 1 HP. Absolute almost has rally up. Terror Surge available. Calgary has the ult advantage here. Can they make use of it? They need to get through the choke. RZN is just poking away for free. Can they get through this choke? Walking out, confident with his Terror Surge. All alone though. Uses it. Fortify and Terror Surge. Is it
Keep
big?
charging. Oh.
No. What a spear on a break. Ramatra isolated on the right side. Can they clear him out? His
Let's take him
backline
out.
got deleted. Love note with the orbital. 2 picks. 3 picks. This fight is over.
Wow, and St.
They
Clair just
capped
pure
with
domination.
4 minutes 40. They really understood what was going wrong.
domination.
Destroyer and LQD swapping?
Huh. Wonder
Really
why.
makes you wonder what's happening in those voice comms.
Huh.
Hey, you suck at Widow. Give that shit to me.
I mean, Destroyer was destroying.
He
on
was.
Widow.
He really was. You know, really makes you think. Why are we swapping this? You know.
I think we keep him on the Widow. To be
Let's
honest,
see. Let's see.
that guy's a freak on Widow.
LQD has an angle. He has the he misses the Juno with a shield up too. Rotating around. Brigold coming out. Red
Already
X
one
able to find a
down.
kill on Destroyer. Not what you want to see. They're not fighting payload. This is going to be a one fight point. At 3 minutes 50. If they lose this fight, it is over. They do have better spawn though, so they have to win a fight really fast. Orisa on the payload. Orbital ready. Oh my god, LQD 1 HP. Orbital coming out. Almost sniped. Able to find the Vegeta.
Destroyer.
But they
Always
have the
consistently
Ramatra
kill
ult
people.
up. Ramatra all alone. Someone save this man.
Wow.
And they lost the fight.
Destroyer. Always
minutes,
killing
20 in
at
the
least
time
one
bank.
per fight.
Destroyer really
Always killing
turning up
someone.
this game. Really showing why he deserves his spot. You know, really
Makes
showing.
you wonder, why was he on the bench in the first place?
Who knows?
Why was he on the bench?
Orisa's fat ass getting in the way. St. Clair, Ramald, Overclock available, almost mailed. LQD with a great pick.
Wow.
Orisa just walking down the brig. Brig 1 HP, no shield. You know, Ramatra isolated. Oh, but he finds Destroyer on the Sojourn. Orisa's low HP here.
LQD with 2 picks. 2
Big
picks.
pick on the Juno. That is exactly what they needed. Ramatra all alone now. Only Brig heals. Brigitte 1 HP. Are they able to keep fighting? Nope. Destroyer farming perks. Overclock online with the Terror Surge. Tank
need
ult,
these DPS
Sojourn ult,
perks.
both teams. St. Clair also has the May ult available. St. Clair almost with 5. Makes you think they're probably just gonna spam 5 ults and ult dump. They could be looking for here. Looking for the Terror Surge comes out after the May ult. They find Red X, huge pick, but they trade out for Destroyer.
Razor.
He gets the Juno.
Razor killing everyone.
Ramatra found out too. Can Razor, can he clean it up fast enough? Unfortunately not. Unless he gets healed. Maybe he can. Just the Widow. No, but Tracer comes back alongside the Juno. Juno still has satellite. St. Clair has satellite. They could commit to this fight. They could commit to this fight. They're committing. Sombra 1 HP.
Wow.
Wow.
What a round from St. Clair. That
They
was
really brought it back, you know. And they were you could see they were hesitant if they wanted to pop those ults there. They didn't know if they were gonna win it or not.
yeah.
They really did.
Once
bring
they
it
realized they
back.
could win, they just popped everything. That was a beautiful round.
Initiating
Truly
That
was
is
a
just what you wanna
beautiful
see.
round.
I
Let's hope we
really love
see-
to see the Widow duel, you know, or at least you know the Widow popping off. Such an entertaining character, you know, and such a really fight deciding character. I feel like Calgary is really being held in by Destroyer and LQD getting these huge Widow picks, but overall, you know, after the neutral fight, Widow is just very hard to get value on, right? You can't
Very,
peek the
very.
Sojourn during ult, you can't peek during the Juno ult, you can't peek during the Brig ult, you can't peek during the Ramatra ult. You're only good for the neutral game.
That's what they're doing though. They're getting picks during neutral, and it was working until it wasn't. St. Clair just dominated every fight.
Makes you
Even-
wonder, is
even
the
when they were
trade-off
down.
worth it? Is the
Even when
trade-off worth
LQD
it?
picks 2, St. Clair can still win the fight. They can still turn it around. Really makes you think if they could swap here.
5,
Maybe we get a swap from double hit scan. Maybe we get something more
Ooh, sneak play looking
more like
here.
St.
It looks like
Clair's.
they might be looking for a quick aggro play to stop momentum. Yep, speed boosted, running out. May gets hit with the thing. Can they find a pick real quick? Wall off the Orisa, but Orisa has fortify, and she has the shield. Able to stabilize. That aggressive play did not work out in their favor. Unless it does. Red X finds LQD. Only 30 seconds left on the clock. They're able to stop the payload. They're trying to drag out first point to as many fights as they can. Razor almost finds a pick on the Ana, getting her to 1 HP. Sojourn low as well. Justice not gonna let it end like this. Holding the shield, boops off the high ground. Wald and Ramatra are walking down his backline. 15 seconds. This is it. This is last fight. Are they able to farm any ults? No, they are not. This is gonna be a battle of the neutral. Widowmaker looking for a pick. Just misses the brig. Gets the
Destroyer.
pick regardless. That's what they needed. That's their opening. Orisa getting aggro. Trying to force cooldowns. Anna's low in the backline. LKD finds the mate.
Renburn's killing everyone!
Running hands. Hands with everyone. Only Widow.
Renburn
Justice.
killing everyone!
Justice, the last man standing. Not like this. He's put in too much work this series. His backline makes it back, but it's not enough. And they're cleaned up.
Renburn meleeing everyone!
Straight hands.
I think his last 5 kills were all melees.
Complete.
Straight
He was in his other
hands.
form and his melee.
Score.
If you want to get to this payload, you gotta go through me.
Wow.
Renburn, dominating performance.
They went nowhere. And St. Clair have 3 minutes, almost 3 minutes.
It
do
is
something.
not looking good for Calgary here.
Definitely not.
I really like those, those coordinated, quick, fast, aggressive plays from St. Clair. They show no face and then jump right on the enemy backline. But,
Yep.
the wall, I think walling was a mistake. I think you just got to keep going, You have the Adam Warlock soul bond.
Yeah.
Down.
Adam Will, yeah.
Yeah,
Just link and run.
These types of rush comps are really, high risk, high reward, and when they have, the time advantage, if they get that play, they catch them off guard, it's over. But I think St. Clair was not expecting the perk. The Orisa shield just came in so clutch, such a great perk. When do you think you ever even pick the spear over the shield? All right, as an Orisa main.
Well, it depends on who my other tank is. If my tank is like let's say my other tank is like a Roadhog or something, I'm definitely going I'm definitely going shield, right?
What
But if
about
my
in
other tank is like a
5v5? What
Sigma
about in
Reinhardt,
5v5? What about in
oh, in
5v5?
5v5, I think I'd always choose a shield in 5v5.
Really?
I
Never
think
picking
5v5.
spear? Not even like Winston?
Maybe depends. Depends. If
Wow,
it's
this
like
is
a hog,
surprising. Now look at Calgary playing. They're playing back. They're gonna try and
Huh.
just not lose a single fight, and it's working. Destroyer
and
finds
it's
the
working.
pick. They're not running a Widow. They clean up,
Wow.
but they're winning the fight too fast, burning almost no time on St. Clair's time bank.
Yeah.
But they are winning in the ult charge battle. Look at the ult difference.
They are.
Calgary almost fully farmed, while St. Clair is 10%. 12%.
Not even close.
Calgary with almost double the ult charge advantage. But all it takes is one fight, St. Clair can just farm up 6 ults and it's over. One pick is all it takes. Shields the backline, misses the
Interesting.
Ravenous Spirit.
And
Walls
it
the
seems like they're
Orisa,
not-
that could be big. They could see 9. No, Orisa has to touch.
And
Now Brig is forced to touch. What
only
a big
Brig on point.
Front to back, blowing up. Brig 1 HP. Can they stall? Can they live? DPS need to find a miracle play. Brig dead. They're trading. High noon.
Oh.
It's just a DPS in a tank. Keep LQD up. He'll do it all. Hammer fan isn't
And
enough.
it is
No.
over. Wow.
Ramacha
What a map
with
by
the
St.
ults
Clair.
too.
Renburn. What a dominant overtime, though.
The
What a
pick
dominant
on Justice
overtime.
was too much. If Justice lived there, at least for a little longer, they could have won it, Wow, let's watch this play.
So this is what happened. So he just swung around 360, just
Reinhardt
killed
moment.
3
Reinhardt
people.
moment, kill 3.
Huh.
Don't you just love Reinhardt?
Wow. I know someone who does.
Wow, what a close game, well, with what, 2, 3 OWCS players, a champ player, you'd really think this would just be a stomp, but Calgary is still holding their own in all these games,
They are.
forcing St. Clair's to come to OT. They really are, putting up an effort. They came here to play, and it's showing.
They are putting on a
2-0
performance
St.
right
Clair's,
now.
though. Right, the DPS line especially, Destroyer and LQD are really doing some amazing plays. I feel like the only issue is some uncoordination from U Calgary, as well as some unfortunate picks. But the DPS are really trying their hardest here. This hurts to see as a DPS player.
The DPS are definitely the bright spots on Calgary. Justice is playing amazingly, but the DPS so far have been outstanding. They've been really pulling them back in, pulling them to the game. Let's hope to see a U Calgary win in the next map. This is actually the match point for St. Clair Saints, first to 3. So you know, this could be it. Or you Calgary could bring it back, bring it to 5. Who knows? Onga, who's your MVP for that map?
Ooh, I think it has to be Destroyer. I think it's
Destroyer?
uncontested Destroyer.
Yeah,
It's
even though
between
he
Destroyer,
lost,
Brenburn, or Justice.
yeah, I
You
think
know,
even though he lost, I think Destroyer had an amazing game. Always got to pick every fight.
right? Like every single fight, opening pick, you would look at the kill feed and you see Destroyer with a headshot.
I agree.
You know,
Unfortunately, he lost, but it happens.
Brenburn had some amazing when the wire's down, when you're down on the wire, you're like last minute, last man standing. If there's anyone I want on my team to
It's
be that last
Brandon.
man, it's Brenburn. You know,
Yeah.
he's really out there fighting tooth and nail. You know, punching everyone's teeth in. Look, he's trying everything he can to keep this team afloat. You know,
Marshall's got the death beat on Nerd. Like, who you giving the ball to? Who you giving the ball to?
who am I giving the ball to?
Who you giving it
I
to?
want Iguodala. I want Brenburn.
I want
Brenburn is this
Destroyer in
team's
in my
Iguodala.
opinion, I want Destroyer. I want him to be
You want
taking that last
Destroyer?
shot. I want him to be taking that last shot.
That
You know what I
one
mean?
Widow jump shot?
That one.
I don't know. If I had to
That
say
one winner jump
anyone
shot.
on you Calgary has the clutch factor, it's got to be LQD. He's
LQD?
got the clutch factor. He's got that
He
clutch
does.
speed.
He does have the clutch factor. All right, and then it seems like we're going to map number 3. Unasapi. Let's see what comes around here. Very interesting
Ooh,
map.
I think this is our first push map of
It
the
is.
day.
It is. It is.
I haven't seen a lot of these.
Hope we see. I'm rooting this game for Calgary. I just want to see a very
Calgary,
close
yeah,
series.
I want to see one more. You know, I want to see us go to at least hybrid.
I agree. I
Like,
want to see a
look
close
how
game.
close these maps have been too. 2-1,
Very close.
4-3. Not a stomp whatsoever.
I agree. It's looking like the
I,
Pacers versus Cleveland Cavaliers.
I think they just need to take a nice mental reset. And I can see a reverse sweep happening. I can see it happening.
I can see it for sure. I can see it for sure.
Yeah.
No. Destroyer LQD. They are trying their best. They really are trying their best. I can see they're putting on a performance. They are putting the performance of their life right now. And just this, he might be drunk right now, but he's performing. He is performing for sure.
Yeah, you know, he had some amazing plays. The first, first map, first series, first map here, first point here, but that last point, he really fell off. When they swapped May, he was caught off a lot of times, and a lot of times they lost the fight. You know, really unfortunate. No, I think we haven't given enough respect to the supports at all. You know, imagine trying to keep up these super aggressive DPS, your Reinhardt charging in. I think we really have to acknowledge the supports a lot more.
I agree.
First ban from Calgary, the Tracer. Wow,
Wow.
they really
I
don't
wonder
want to go
why. I
against
wonder
the guy.
why.
You know, I like this from Calgary because I think Calgary wins the hit scan duel. Honestly, I think Calgary wins the Ash or the Soldier and Widow duels.
Oh, I
You
mean,
know?
if Destroyer's in the game,
He's destroying.
I don't know. I don't know if they win that. Destroyer been destroying.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'd like to see this ban from Calgary. Let's see. What's your prediction on St. Clair ban? If I'm St.
Ooh.
Clair, I'm getting rid of Sojourn or Widow. No doubt.
Yeah, I would for sure. Maybe
One of
not
the two.
Widow. Maybe not Widow. Maybe Soj. Orisa.
Orisa
They're betting.
ban.
They're betting
wow.
me out. They're betting me out. I guess so.
Wow, they are scared of Justice. You know, his Orisa, his Reinhardt. I'm predicting a Reinhardt game from Justice, but I think St. Clair knows that. I think St. Clair knows that's gonna happen. Because have we seen Justice on any other character? Diva,
we've
Orisa,
seen-
or Ryan?
Hazard as well.
Have we? Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not putting enough respect. I
think he's pretty
That's my
flexible.
bad. Yeah.
I'd like to see a Ryan mirror. That would be exciting. Reinhardt
Ryan mirror?
1v1. That would be
That
exciting.
would be great. Especially with Red X on the Lucia, right? That's what
Yeah.
he loves to run.
I don't think we're gonna see it, but I wish we could.
Plays just main support, right? We've only seen him on the Lucio break this entire time.
Yep, yep.
Really surprising to see Calgary, you know, straying away from that traditional main support setup. You know, no Brig, no Lucio, like ever.
Just running, what are they running again? On, what are they running? Kiri?
It looks like, I think Anna Juno sometimes.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Anna Juno or Juno Brig.
Juno Brick,
Or Juno Kiri sometimes. Alright, and here we go, right into the game.
Here we go. This is match point for St. Clair Saints, by the way.
Calgary really needs that mental refresh. Really got to lock in, you know, or they're going home.
Yep. There's
Time
no
for them to
losers
prove they're
bracket.
Here to stay. Do they have some swaps, Calgary? They have Wild Pants and Foraic back in. We're about to see
Oh, they do,
a
they do.
chant in null chat. We're about to
Yep,
read
yep.
a spell.
We're about to see
Do
a prayer.
not, do not read that spell or your house will get haunted.
Yep, yep.
No way he doesn't type it, right? No way.
Wait, he has to type it. He has to.
He has to type it, right? I'm going to be disappointed if he doesn't.
Wait.
Ready for battle.
It's a guaranteed loss.
They just lose if he doesn't type it, right? It's like good
Huh.
luck.
Huh. That is quite interesting, actually.
Fraic's locked in, you know. That's how you know he's taking this really seriously.
Very serious. Very, very, very serious.
5, 4,
No more time for messing around.
2,
One more.
1. Objective unlocks in 30 seconds.
He's putting a statement here. He doesn't want to rely on anything else but himself.
Exactly.
Yep. Who's he sending the prayer
Wow.
to?
Both teams bringing out the Freya. Aesthetic. Oh, St. Clair brings out Aesthetic Shock instead of their
Oh.
Tracer player.
Instead of
Freya, both teams on the Freya. Freya off angling on Razor, off
Grubby.
angling on the Freya. Yeah.
oh, they bring
They've
Loveno
cycled
back.
in. They've cycled in 3 different DPS.
They bring Loveno back too.
Both teams mirrored backline. Just a difference with LQD and Justice. Ram against the Ramatra, exactly what they expected. And they're able to run their comfort tank against, you know, the counter pick. Wow, Aesthetic Shock just cleaning up, tapping the heads of the support line, but LQD telling him that's enough. You're in my game. You're in my game. Just a Juno left standing against this 50 HP Sojourn. Can he handle it?
Wow.
Micro missile.
Missiles.
But Reinhardt is back.
He is back.
Both ult banks looking very weak. Calgary close to overclock. LQD just pumping damage out. Always close to his ultimates. Aesthetic Shock at 70% to noon. Wow, they just give away the cart for the robot for no pressure whatsoever.
Look at you, already 80% to ult. Very quick ults from DPS. Both DPS on both teams pretty quick.
Just getting non-stop damage and picks. Ramatra are getting pressured out very heavy. Reinhardt worse though. No more form though.
Destroy the first DPS to
Reinhardt
get
on
ult
the
here.
Ramatra. Both DPS Calgary ults coming out.
Wow, break
And
time.
Shatter. Can he get a pick? Destroyer gets diffed by Razor. High Noon, he's missing the shot.
God.
He lands it. Freya 1 HP, but Brigitte's right on him. Juno sealing him off. Justice! Justice!
Wow.
Comes in.
What? Looked like a hit and run.
Oh my god, Justice! Came in, hit that guy like a truck. 1v1ing the Ramatra. I don't know
Wow,
how that thing didn't
Justice.
hit.
Oh, he's so consistent.
Oh my god. Out of nowhere, Justice, LQD's savior. Brigitte smacking LQD in the face. Don't worry, I'm here! Oh my god. Hit that Brigitte like a truck. Loveno trying their best to keep this backline alive.
Wow.
Oh, Freya all
Freya.
doing big damage. Destroyer, again, proving him and LQD are unmatched together. About to diff the Freya. Freya diff.
Destroyer. He is destroying this
Destroyer
lobby for sure.
is locked. Destroyer is locked. Destroyer is not letting it end like this. St. Clair has satellite up, almost Freya with their Ramatra ult. with Calgary having both support ults up as well, pushing the bot past forward spawn, holding up to the choke. They're St. Clair taking their time here, really. Ramatra used form already, using satellite, walking out. Both satellites have come out. Shatter gets the Brigida. Can they finish her off? They do. Almost gets the Juno. Juno's low, fighting in their satellite. Is that the right choice though? No. Suffer as Brenburn has.
Wow. Brenburn.
What a cleanup.
Brenburn on
telling
the
you.
Ramatra is a scary sight.
Aliens death beam to my head. Fate of the universe on the line. I want
Guess I'm taking
Brenburn.
Brenburn.
I want Brenburn.
I want Brenburn too. I'm changing my pick.
Look at that. Look at that Ravenous Vortex to isolate the supports. Then the form to absolutely punch in his teeth. Uses the wall to shield off the heals. Wow. Dragon Blade almost up. I didn't even notice St. Clair swapped. LQD finds a pick on Love Note. Huge pick. You Calgary, no supports.
Whoa.
And they're cleaned up. It's not enough. St. Clair. Red X on the Lucio is just so scary, you know? He's like a third DPS even. Is able to put up insane stats. Like, I wonder how much damage he has compared to his DPS.
Brenburn is the truth. He is the truth.
You know, it's just always rough for Calgary running a Reinhardt into Ramatra. That is just a losing matchup. Oh, what an ultimate. Finds one. Doesn't finish the kill, though. Red X running for free in the backline. Overclock coming in. Finds one.
LQD.
Almost finds two. Looking for the Lucio. 3 down. Just Juno. Just Freya now. Freya last man standing. And they're able to take the bot back. St. Clair unable to find forward spawn. This could be Calgary's map right here. No more close games. They're showing St. Clair they came here to stay.
I'm liking what I'm seeing from you, Calgary, right now. I really am liking what I'm seeing. They have Shatter coming up soon. They have Shatter and they have Rally.
I really have to respect the Reinhardt pick. You know? He is just getting pummeled, though.
Boom.
Is that the right play? Red X 1 HP almost gets picked out. Red X gets picked out. 4v4, but they're down to tank for support. Is it worth? Freya trying to find something in the sky. Gets stuck by the arrow. Razor not letting the diff happen again.
He'll never let it happen again.
Three ultimates online, close to both support ults. Calgary, unfortunately, just Rally and Shatter. Can they win this exchange, or will they have to give up forward spawn? Calgary walking up to payload here. Ramatra forcing all his cooldowns. Shatters absolutely nothing.
What? Ramatra
Forcing out Blade and Ramatra ult,
dominating.
just punching everyone down. For the Rally too. Calgary uses both of their ultimates for St. Clair for 2 for 2. And they lose the fight. That is not what you want if you're Calgary. Calgary is
I want
right
Brenburn.
now.
I want Brenburn.
I'm telling you, Brenburn is the truth here.
He is. He really, really is. He's the anomaly. He's the contradiction. He's the difference.
Ajax! Ajax on Red X! Red X is
You hate
not
to see
having
that.
a
You
good
hate to see
series.
that.
First pick almost every other fight, and now an Ajax. First Ajax of the day, I think.
I think so.
Aesthetic shock.
Oh!
Oh my god!
Justice
Oh
always
my
there
God.
behind you.
Justice is
Ramming you in the
there.
back like a truck.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Yo, always eyes in the back of your head, bro. If you are not looking, justice will find you. Justice will prevail. Justice out here looking like Batman. No ultimates.
card not really moving.
Ult bank looking very poor on both teams. Calgary with only close to Shatter. Hopefully he doesn't miss another. St. Clair is only with the Freya ult. Uses it. LQD picks off the Freya, but they trade. 4v4. Red X 1 HP again. Red X really needs to survive here. His team has a chance of winning this. Reinhardt 1 HP, but so is Brenburn. Trade out tanks. 3v3.
Both tanks dead.
3v3. Red X doing big damage on the Brita. Healing his other support up real quick before re-engaging. It's not enough. They have to give. They have to kite. Too much damage coming in this front. Destroyer just poking. Oh! Almost finding the pick on the Juno. Love Note down to 1 HP, forced to have Lucio passive heal. LQD off angling at the same time. Back to a 5v5. Lots of poke damage coming in. Calgary ult bank looking
Shatter
very good.
only
Big
on
shatter. Big kill, big kill. That's the kill they needed.
Ooh.
Rally coming out as well. 2 ults for 0 is not a good look, however. When the fight is not over, just Freya alive. Freya versus 2. Not
LQD
enough.
cannot miss. This guy
LQD,
can't miss.
he is locked and equips the perk after that.
Wow.
Wow.
That is aura.
That was aura.
Killed 2 and then popped the perk. That's the dream life. That is the dream life.
That is fire. Procs the forward spawn and then backs up. Doesn't want to play risky. Very good play. Waits for his Reinhardt to get back. They just want to stall time. As long as they can force this into 2 fights at least, even if they don't win, they should not be kiting though. Bringing it down to 1 fight. Forcing him in and then running the
Suffer.
satellite and walking him down.
Ram 1.
Suffer as I have. Looks like you're suffering more. Dragon Blade comes out, finds Wild Pants. Finds Destroyer.
Wait.
Finds Foraic.
Aesthetic sock. The game changer.
Calgary. No ult in the bank. Maybe close shatter, close destroyer. St. Clair has Freya and satellite. Going into last fight, having satellite is massive.
I think
All
St.
they
Clair
have to do
needed.
is put orbital on the cart. I think they needed to hold the satellite, right?
I feel like
They
having
either
no
had to
ult
win
versus
or
2
either
here
had to
is.
win.
Yeah.
Still, anything's possible. Speedrun comes out very, very early. He's walking back already.
Popping satellite
Kiting
already.
the satellite super, super early. And Freya ult, keep him
No.
alive. No. Everyone is falling. Wild Pants gets a kill. LQD, save us. LQD, save us. No.
And it looks like St. Clair
cleans
takes
up.
takes the series 3-0. Wow.
Wow. Every game
What a
so
turnaround.
close.
What a
What a
turnaround.
turnaround.
Like a buzzer beater 3. What a turnaround from St. Clair's. Wow. Destroyer. Let's see this.
Moment of silence for this.
I don't even know what's happening. Wow.
I haven't played this game in months.
Wow. I mean, what a day. I feel like, has every game been a stomp? It's been 2-0, 2-0, then 3-0.
I wouldn't. I would not call this a stomp in any
Yeah,
way.
this was
you know,
definitely
like,
not a stomp. This
was such a hard-fought game from Calgary. They were
Wow.
winning too. They start. I don't know if you noticed. They start every game winning. They full capped
true.
on. They full capped on Circuit Royale. They won first point on the university map. I forgot the name.
Yeah. Oasis.
Yeah, Oasis. They had the lead the entire match. The
Yep,
entire
yep.
game they had the lead. Just super unfortunate plays, you know, not being able. They used Freya ult and satellite on Justice, and right as he was about to like make it out, kite the corner and live, they picked him out. You know,
Wow.
it's just
Yeah.
been so. I feel like one play has won St. Clair every single map. You know, you can't be mad at Calgary for these games. So
I think the
close.
score does not give you Calgary justice. The games were all incredibly close. It could have been 3-0 the other way. It could have.
Very, very easily could have.
Yeah, very easily. If just one fight, each game went a different way, it was a win. You know.
Wow.
So who'd you like to interview? We'll decide later. So
Yeah, we for
We'll be
sure
going-
will be the
we-
ones
we-
deciding.
we will
Yeah.
decide, and we'll see you after our break. All right, hey guys, what a game we just played. We just watched, sorry. We're here with Still Sammy, who was the goated sub apparently of their team. He's
Yeah.
apparently the goat of their team. So we got some questions for him, classic little interview. My first question is, what do you think about all the subs? Every game you guys had like a different player going in. It was a little bit confusing to keep track a little, you know what I mean? But what do you think about that?
Yeah, so we just had a trial not too long ago, so we got new players, and the team grew up quite a bit from last year. And so I guess we were just experimenting with other players, see what works well, what doesn't. And so we did keep one lineup for the majority of all the games. So I'm guessing like that lineup worked well for us.
I see.
Okay, okay.
And so wait, 1 sec. In the initial information, it says he drove them from land, drove us to and from land in New York. How was that? the
Oh,
way.
yeah, yes. In Troy, New York, it was in RPI land. That was pretty fun. It was an experience. It was my first ever LAN, and the drive was nice. I was with my coach and another teammate. It was a vibe.
Nice,
That is so fun.
Yes.
LANs are where you get to connect with people the most, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, really fun.
The RPI was also really really good people. They were
you guys-
really nice to talk to.
Did you guys stay overnight there, or was it drive there, drive back?
Oh hell no. It was like an 8-hour drive. So we stayed at a hotel for a couple of days. We went there Friday, came back Sunday, I believe.
Oh,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
it's awesome.
So I was curious about your opinion on the game, How did you think the difference in the backline character choices really affected the game? For example, like the Lucio over Brig in the main tank, it felt like almost every single game,
Yeah. So the Brig or the Lucio over Brig, on some games we played Diva Juno and Diva
Ooh.
Juno Lucio, like a
Diva
really
Juno.
fast comp.
Mhm.
And so I felt like Lucio would work really, really well with the fast comp, given that extra speed with the speed boost, and the Diva just going in, shredding the back lines, coming back out with the speed ring. And it worked with the in one of the maps. Sorry, I forgot which map that was. But yeah, first map we lost with them, then we switched over with the Diva Lucio Juno, then we won the second one, and it worked right after.
Good to hear.
Right.
Yeah.
And for
And then
our
Our
final
final
question.
question. This is the most important question of the day, by the way. Our most important question, okay?
think carefully, think
Mhm.
carefully.
So think
No, this answer matters.
Yeah, this is the one that matters. This is the one question that matters, okay? So, if you had to choose an Overwatch character, multiple Overwatch characters
Top 3.
to be your roommate, who would you choose? Let's say top 5 even.
Top
five?
five.
Top 5.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we can go
personally,
first. We can go first if you want. Okay, Agar, go ahead. Agar, go ahead.
I'm going Mercy, Juno,
Ooh.
Kiriko. That's me. That's me.
Oh, I think for me personally, I'd go Kiriko, I'd go Diva, I'd go May I go Widowmaker. I'd even maybe go Juno as well.
I'm feeling a little different today. I'm going to Doomfist, Baptiste,
Oh.
Alari. That's what I'm
Oh,
thinking.
Shit.
Oh, I think I agree actually. I
Yeah.
definitely Doomfist in there. Doomfist definitely in there for sure.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. What
Maybe
do you
like a
think, Sammy?
Sojourn too. A Sojourn.
What do you think, Sammy?
Tough choices.
Yeah, it is tough. It's tough.
All right, let me.
This is the one that matters.
This is the
So-
one that matters. Yeah.
I gotta go with my main. Gotta go Diva.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
100%. 100%.
Mhm.
100%.
So you said top 5?
100. Yeah. Top 5.
All right. So Diva, Juno,
Mm.
Freya.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, I see you. I see. Wait, what about Brig? Even Brig too. Loki Brig. Wait, Brig. Hey, I'm not okay. I'm gonna be real. This is a crazy answer. Okay. Echo.
No. Okay.
No.
Okay.
Let me
Nah.
speak. Let me speak. I
That's
hear him.
crazy.
That's any. You can be anyone.
That's true.
All right, wait, Sammy.
Mm.
Keep going. Keep going. You listed
be
2, I
right.
think.
Right.
Or
So I
3.
said Diva, Juno, Freya.
Yeah.
Gotta go with Kiri.
Yep. Classic.
The last
Classic.
one, Roadhog.
Oh, I love that one. I love that one. I love that one. I deadass love that one though, for
Type
real.
shit.
For
Oh
real.
my God, Roadhog. You guys like
Look,
bunk beds or like?
Hey,
What?
hey, guys, hear me out though. Hear me out. Torbjorn. Hear me out, though. Hear
Can
me
we
out.
ban this guy? Can we ban this
Or-
guy?
Hear me
Can we
out.
ban this guy?
Little dwarf.
Get him
Little
outta
dwarf
here?
guy. Little dwarf.
No, you're free.
I think we're done with the interview. It's been great hearing from you, Sammy. Congratulations on the win again.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you for
And
coming.
go
Thank you for
go
the
tell your
time.
team we said hi. Go tell your team we said hi. And ask them the question
I
too.
definitely will.
Yeah, ask them the question as well. Same question, the last one, the final one. See what they, yeah.
Okay.
See what
I'll
they say.
Thank you for your
definitely
time,
ask them
Sammy.
that.
Yeah. All right. It's been great, man.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
No problem, man. It's been a pleasure having you.
Wow,
So
Roadhog.
back
You
to
know,
casters.
I forgot
Wow.
about Roadhog. I'm not gonna lie.
I did as well.
That's
I did
actually
as
like
well.
that's a meta pick. You know, I forgot
I
about
should have
that.
picked him. I should have picked him too, to be honest.
I know. I'm like missing out now.
Ooh.
Like
I'm looking at the roster right now.
I feel like I should switch it up. You know, like Doomfist, Roadhog.
Doofus. Oh,
You know.
like a BAP.
No, what was that noise though? What was that noise?
Maybe get a hazard in there too. Get a hazard in there too.
No, I'm thinking
bruh.
like a Doom. I think I stick with my Doomfist, Baptiste, Lucio. You know, or maybe even a Reaper. Doomfist, Baptiste,
Ooh.
Lucio, Reaper.
I think for me.
And then Winston is my top 5.
Oh, I think I go Farah, Ana, Sombra. Farah, Ana, Sombra, Alari.
Oh, okay.
All right. So, what a day it was today, huh? What a day
Day.
on God. So, tomorrow, we're having our third place match at 6:30 EST, featuring UFT versus Calgary. That is an exciting game. We just saw Calgary play twice. We know how they play. They're a very exciting team to watch. And Angela, what is the grand final game?
Grand finals are the winners of today, St. Clair Saints versus SFU. So
Wow.
very exciting matchup. You know, very exciting
At
matchup. we're gonna
8:30
be
p.m.
watching.
8:30 p.m. They are both, I
Yes,
believe,
sir.
best of 5. Best of 5, correct?
Pretty sure.
I believe. Yeah.
Yeah.
So excited to see that. Excited to watch that. Very, very excited.
Make sure to tune in, everyone.
You guys have to tune in.
If you thought these games were close, if you thought these games were great, get ready for tomorrow.
100%. If you guys think that wait, what was I gonna say? I don't remember. But you guys want to watch tomorrow. You really want to. I'm mind blown. I'm speechless about tomorrow. I want to watch it myself, and I will be watching it. I will be watching it. All right.
Been a
Great games
pleasure,
today.
everyone.
It's been a pleasure. I'm Ryan,
I'm Ungood. Thanks for having us.
we've been your casters. Thank you for having us.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.